Okay, everybody. It has been a long time, but now we are back. Hey, everybody. So, as a kind of a recap would be very complex, we're going to do the breakdown quick one. We reached the stars by the end of the last book, and this book we have come several years later when they've been flying around building up their experience. Months, about 6 months, 7 months have gone by, and we came across an old friend, Morgan, from their home world that had been looking at them, letting them know crap had started to happen. They possess 2 out of the 3 key elements to find this mythical Spelljammer, and the third element is held by a Lich King who found them as they were leaving the world, but at the same time, to their surprise, Morgan actually turned out to be okay. We'll say okay, as he came in with a good friend of theirs that in the first book they gave money, sent him off to get his ship, and guess what? His ship now flies, and Quint had lied. He had lied to Quint because Quint actually was going to betray everybody because his wife was killed in the war, and this Lich had promised him he could bring his wife back, type of thing. And he kind of blamed Wind for leaving when he did. This is part of the side story. But Morgan at the time didn't fully trust Quint. He knew something was up, so he had lied saying they'd lost the ship they were on, but they hadn't. It was waiting for them by the moon. Not only that, but the Star Rangers, the Tabaxi-based justice kind of system that his mum is ahead of, showed up from behind the moon as well. And we had a massive battle around a flying citadel of stone that had a huge Gothic cathedral with giant graveyard. That was the Lich's flying craft. A great battle ensued with undead beings, and they had captured the souls of the Warforged that were on their main ship. So our group of adventurers, Lily, the half-elf rogue, who's mostly magic, but she's a rogue, and the Warforged War, and we also had Thomas, the baker, aka Sorcerer. They had basically come down to...
We were doing the first roguey thing in all the books.
In all the books, as they were stealing the souls back, as the sphere that has the little demi-lich's head in it, he had the ability to grab souls and put them back and all this kind of stuff. So basically he had to be on the citadel. So they were on the edge of the citadel fighting and defending while he kind of siphoned off the souls back to the Warforges. The Warforges are back. The souls are there. The battle is kind of 50-50 right now, what's going on. And a Draco Lich had come out close to the end. Yet our group of adventurers were able to defeat it at the very end, pissing off the Lich to no end, because he let out a tsunami of souls, in a way of speaking, just waving out, coming right at them in a huge force of power. And that's kind of where we left it. Wind, the Tabaxi, and Kavina, our ranger, which currently Sheila Bobby is unable to make it for today's broadcast, so her likeness is now the cute little raccoon Pie. Who's had way too many cookies in that picture. So she and Wind were on their friend's ship, Captain Doug, Bob, Frank. Oh my gosh. He. I has forgotten. What was his name? Our great,
You're muted.
Fred. Pardon?
You muted in Zoom.
Am I muted in Zoom?
No,
Fred. It's Fred.
Fred. Oh, Fred. Captain Fred.
So
Yep, there is Oyster Bay Fred. There is Oyster Bay. That's it. He's known as Oyster Bay Fred. Well, he's now Captain Fred. Frederick. Nah, Fred works. Captain Fred. And, transcendent level in 376 hours. Alright. So, yes, so you're on that ship. You've now got... You had left your ship because it was a floating with no crew. You couldn't manipulate or move that ship in any way. But now the crew's back up and fighting off the little undead that were still on board, and they are now taking control of your ship. So you could, in theory, Wind, fly back. They've got their guy ready to jump back on the helm of their ship. If you do so, just give them the heads up and they're ready to do. Sheila Bobby will follow whatever action you do, Wind. Now we cut back to you guys on the rock there. This wave is coming, and the skull speaks to you. He says, "Tell everyone to get behind you, and I need you to charge that wave."
Okay. I'm not sure how much We're not 100% sure on how we trust this guy yet.
He tells you, "What's my job?"
It's true.
He's gonna try and absorb the souls coming at you guys.
So I'm just gonna
Just make sure everyone's behind you.
like very, very dramatically, like He-Man holding up.
Again, how tall is this wave?
Oh, it's huge. You know, you know.
I'd like a.
It's like 50. I'll be honest. It's about 15 feet. About 15 feet tall. It kind of, 15-foot wave. Just of souls just coming in.
They all say it's huge. Every Demi-Lich tells me that.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, look here. All right. So, are we all together at this point, or are we still separated?
You guys are all in a group because remember, Thomas was doing that amazing heal that seemed to help your dice rolls.
That's true. That's pretty amazing.
Well, no, he did an amazing and greater
invisibility.
That helped her dice rolls. And
I
then
know.
did a heal to give me
most of my
life
life every time.
And if I believe, the greater invisibility is still up and running, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank God, my dice.
I can't see you. You
Oh,
can
I'm
say
sorry.
"come here" all you want. I cannot see you.
I can still see her.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Get behind her voice.
I'll go wherever Thomas is going.
Yeah.
Head between your legs.
Well, it's a concentration spell, and I made sure that I didn't do anything that would break my concentration.
Yeah.
So it was still up.
Concentration if it hits you in the face.
Well, he has a roll for that, so.
However, Thomas does have another trick up his sleeve too. It's just that's why I was wondering
How far
big
away
of a
from the
wave
boats are
this
we?
was,
Yep.
because I could take myself and one other person and do a dimension door,
I mean, 10 out of
sending
10.
us 500 feet away.
But that'd be one other person.
It's gonna hurt if we get hit by it.
So you could take...
I resist everything. It'll be fine, I swear.
Also, everyone can give themselves an inspiration. If you've already got one, though, that's it. You've got the one inspiration for the game. Lily, you've got one already. I see. And give me one quick check of the combat. Oh, yeah, I can take that out of there now. Yep. That was all that was there on the aisle. All right. I was just double checking. So, yeah. You could dimensional door, but that'd be one person. Lily's saying get behind.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you have a dimensional box or bag that you can put war in as you step to the dimensional door?
Hold.
Can I hand him my handy sack? Howard's handy sack and then jump in the bag?
Oh, it's a little white around the hips. Hold on. Trying to get into the bag. Oh,
Get in.
come on. He's like, this wall's coming. He's lying on his back doing like the blue jeans jump, trying to get them on. Come on.
I have folding boats in mine. I'm pretty sure I can fit in it.
Why do you have a folding boat?
You never know.
3 folding boats.
Oh, he actually had the idea that he could let
3
them out,
folding boats,
held
2
together,
boats
and you could fly them.
entanglement,
It'd be an
and you
escape
can fly
pod.
'em.
That's dope.
See, he was planning.
It's an escape plan.
I know, I like it.
I had extra money when he told us we could buy magic items, okay?
See, I always imagined I just use my magic carpet.
Yeah,
the
That
boat.
only helps me.
The
That's
boat
also
actually
an
holds more
option.
oxygen too.
I don't need oxygen.
Neither
Aren't
do
you
I.
special? Oh, the breathers in the room. Sorry, mouth breathers. All right.
I got. Oh wait, it's not. It's a water.
See, the thing is, is that the boat can hold 4 medium creatures comfortably.
Oh, okay.
Each boat.
Nice. So
So
we're gonna make a little rowboat trimaran.
you got to straddle the 2 outer ones
can
and
put
sit
a-
on the middle one.
We can put a siren at the front of the middle one, and she can be the main gun.
We
So-
have a sorcerer.
So at that point,
Right, but he just makes cookies
It blows things up.
and blows things up.
and you can combine them into one. Hello, cookie.
No.
No.
No, cookies.
He grabs a cookie. He pulls a raisin out of it and throws it. No!
So don't eat the raisin ones, guys.
So, yes, you run forward. By the way, he says, we better have a quick backup plan. Because, you know, as soon as I do this, it's going to piss him off more, and the whole circle might come back at us. But this is a delay tactic. Effectively, yeah. So that cuts back to you, Wind. Do you, still in control of this ship, take control of Captain Fred's ship to go in and try and rescue them? Or do you want to jump to the try up and skim in that one, because that one will be more maneuverable. But you will have to... It actually, enough time's gone by that you can jump on and start powering it up. It's your call.
And I see this wave.
And you see this wave coming.
Well, I can move the other boat. I can move both of them faster than
Yep.
they would normally go.
Correct.
But I can
It's
move
handling...
the other one much faster than.
The other one's got a better handling.
Right.
This one's still your old ship with rigging and giant hippo people that are more focused on cannons than rigging. AE, it does more damage, but its maneuverability is 1 less.
All right, I'm getting on the other boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm gonna ride it like a surfboard.
Yeah, Sheila Bobby follows you across. Basically, Sheila Bobby's just kind of following, jumping ship from one to the other type of thing, because you guys were close together at first. And she's getting on there. Alphonse and the other Warforges are just waiting to get going. Ruckus is also with you guys. Well, actually, was Ruckus on the rock or Ruckus with...
Ruckus is the hobgoblin.
Yeah,
He stayed on the ship.
he stayed on the ship.
First
Yeah.
spear
The
stayed
o-
on the ship.
The only people that went onto the rock were us
The
three.
3. Yeah. Yeah.
They flew down with their flying things, and I rode my carpet.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's right. I have my bats on.
Yep, you got your bat wings on. You're a bat girl. Alright.
Girl.
So you run forward towards this huge wave. Oh, I did forget about that. I need you to do a will saving throw as you see utmost terror approaching you, Lily.
Oh, okay.
Your target number is an 18, or else you will run away in fear, which will throw this entire plan out the window.
Is this wisdom or what is it?
Wisdom, yes.
Wisdom
okay.
save.
Wisdom save, 18 is your target number. And it should be a saving throw, which is on your... To refresh all your memory, saving throws are on your right-hand side.
And if he
I
wants
still got
will,
my
he means
magical
wisdom.
juice on, so hopefully...
Yes, if I say will, it's wisdom. Some things are
Oh
just...
boy!
Now, you do have inspiration. If you wish. To...
Downside of me running away like a little bitch.
Oh, you
the
have a
wave
plus
hits all.
8 and you failed.
Do you want to try it again? Or... Oh, you're muted now. You've gone quiet.
Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted.
No, you were for a minute there. I don't
Or she was just moving her mouth without making noise.
know.
So, I mean, how bad is this?
Well, put it this way. He wants you to run towards that so he can suck in the souls around this area.
I'm gonna run away.
And you're going to run the other
what
way.
if I just throw the orb and run away?
You could
It
do that
needs
in a
to-
fear-like
it needs
action.
to have contact with the rock.
What rock?
The rock we're standing on. Either through you or on the ground.
If I throw him at the ground and run off, am I
You
gonna
don't
lose?
think this is going to crack open on the ground. This is an artifact of sorts. But that means you no longer have control of the sphere. It's on the ground. Anyone could grab it.
To keep my spear, I'm gonna re-roll.
Alrighty. So, there you go. We're all staring now.
Jesus Christ, it was 9 too. And
Nope,
it just rolled
it
off
didn't-
screen. Alright, here we go. Let's do this again.
Well, that's good because a 9 wouldn't have done it. 60! There you go! Look at that.
Yeah.
The die on my screen said 3. I got scared for a second.
Same.
You know, I saw 16 on my end, so... I
It
think,
takes whatever the host. It must take whatever the host is seeing.
hopefully. It's like, I think Fantasy Card's like, guys, here's a die roll. What? No, come on.
Yeah,
But if
wait
you
a
both
second.
saw
got pretty
3s,
colors.
though...
I spent a lot of time on getting my dye this color. And it's still not right.
She did. Seriously. Alright. Okay, so yes, you're able to run forward, and as you do so, the skull starts sucking up the souls, and this entire area, guys, you just see a ripple effect and just them being sucked in. But at the same time, this starts to feel very warm in your hands. This sphere is now starting to glow and tremble and shake in her hands as, almost like a little black hole, the thing does not seem to stop now. And at this point, you hear the skull going, oh, shit. And they're continuing going, as it does not look like it's stopping. It looks like it's sucking in all of this energy. And it's starting to get warm in your hands. Guys, this is one round that's gone by. Rabbit, you are on board the Tri-Up. You've got 2 rounds to get to their position. If you guys fly to meet him, 1 round, if that makes sense. But currently, you're on the Tri-Up right now, Rabbit, with Sheila Bobby, and power is being put in 2 rounds to your destination. This is still the same round. War. Thomas, what do your characters want to do? You see, the sphere is no longer being protected by the invisibility. So you see the sphere floating in the air, War, and all the energy just sucking into the sphere, and it's just glowing greener and greener and getting warmer and, well, brighter and brighter going on there. And
I have gloves on, right? We're cool. I'm not
Hey,
dropping this
out of
in.
curiosity, did we ever name the boat?
the Tri-Up?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Of course you did! It's,
The color so much we forgot to name it.
You bought the boat at the end of the last episode, and you spent 6 months on this boat. But apparently, it's the
Called
Tri-Up.
Boat. Its name is Boat.
Boat.
Its name is Boat.
His name is Boat.
It is the great Bok Choy. Sounds Klingon until you realize what it really is.
Oh, I really want some bok choy now. Why'd you do this to me? Oh, I'm gonna have kimchi. I have sour.
No, that's the other ship.
It's like white people kimchi.
White people.
It's white people bok choy.
Okay. So, the Tri-Up, yeah, didn't get a name. Tri-Up is what the name of the ship is. But,
I mean,
the
bok
Golden
choy's
Star.
a name, but I don't think it suits.
See, I was going to
our
be
party.
say something obnoxious like the sand crab.
The what?
The sand crab or the sand ray.
Sand Ray.
Because of the way the boat looks.
Yeah, exactly. So, somehow it got short down to Ray. The boat's name is Ray.
You know what, guys? We have to do this because Sheila is not here. We have to put Kevin on the board to vote. Kevin as his boat name.
Meanwhile, on the named boat, there we go. We are actually
I'm
coming
gonna
back to
send a
Thomas.
message
Okay,
via sending stone.
got you. Who's sending stone?
I mean, mine too.
Oh, that's a good start.
Because that's the only one that I have.
And who's it attached to?
Lily.
Okay, you're like, oh! This is the best part.
Hello?
No, your hands are full. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring. Rabbit, you're starting to see the green sphere glowing, and she's not responding to your call for some reason.
Oh, shoot.
She's probably
My orb.
doing some orchid submission pose or something.
If you do drop to your knees and hold your hands in a certain position, it will make it more comfortable to rest for a long period of time. So you are trying to send a message. Siren. Lily's got that little vibrating stone going on right now.
What? You can't go from orchid submission pose.
The vibrating stones. I think I have broken poor Lily.
Do that. You can't.
Give me a second. You have shifted a little bit. I'm going to zoom. I'm playing around with zoom here a little bit.
My brain can't handle that.
Alrighty, there we go. Rezzy's like, oh my. Alright, so.
Mine is correct. And high res.
So, Thomas, War, what's your action? This is happening, and you're starting to see the spirits that are coming directly in. The spirits that can't start to do a swirl. And seriously, you're starting to get that little black hole-like swirl happening around the sphere, starting to funnel above it, with all this wave now trying to be pulled into that.
Well, you know, single file, guys. Look here.
So, your actions. Bacon.
How deep is this? This wave that's coming at us.
15 feet high, but now about 4 feet, 5 feet in the air, wherever the sphere is being held, is now 15 feet above that, but it's starting to go cone, like it's literally starting to swirl, like it's being pulled and swirled into coming down. So there's a good 6 feet underneath, but it's like just being sucked and pulled around into that.
Oh God, is that coffee?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's instant coffee. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not real coffee.
I might have to go get some coffee. Seeing you drink that, it's giving me the itch.
Oh.
So, War or Thomas, any ideas at this moment? At a quick look back, the Triop, your ship, is kind of veering, and like basically you see, like as you're looking back, you got the one ship there. You've got several of the small fighter craft, and as I described them, they're like a cat's claw in design, like a wooden ship with brass and that make the tip point, and the wider part of the knuckle bone or whatever is where the pilot's kind of sitting. And some of them have fins that pop out the side like a man-of-war fish or whatever that has sails on it to allow them to fly, and those things are whipping around, and you've got some undead wraith-like things sitting on kind of spectral mounts that are flying, and that's the combat that's going in around you as some of those creatures just fly right through the thing and leave the thing floating as they just rip out its soul or whatever is happening when they just pass through some of the craft, and all that crap is going on. And you also notice, as described, just coming over the rise, besides the big huge claw-like ship, which is a huge ship kind of thing, from that there are several giant cannons with hippo people on them. The entire length of the ship is a cannon, 30 foot, some odd foot, and all these ships are now rising up and look like they're getting ready to bombard fully. Like they've already started. Last thing, they started shooting down rounds. It looks like they're ready to go full out, just launch stuff at this place to try and break it apart. But you guys are still on board.
Well, that sounds just terrible.
Well, I see an orb there. I don't
Yeah.
see a person. So I'm gonna try to grab the orb.
Excuse me?
I don't see you standing there, man.
If you get near my orb, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I don't care. The Warforged is gonna break my hand.
They're all gonna die because he tries to touch the orb and she stops channeling.
Don't touch my orb.
I said I was going to
He's
reach
great.
for it.
So War's heading towards the orb. Thomas, you're the one that realizes, or do you say anything?
You're the one that can see.
Oh, I'd definitely be saying, War, that's Lily. She's got a hold of the orb.
Stand down, Lily. Lily will yeet you to the moon. Touch your orb. My foot is ready.
I mean, if you can
Remember, I turned Lily invisible. That's her holding the orb.
Don't touch my orb.
Well, how are we all gonna get out of here before this thing explodes as it looks like it's going to?
Why don't you get on your flying carpet and head out? I'll grab Lily.
They move 30 feet.
Oh, that's right. You got your dimensional door. You could just have that ready as soon as the orb is full.
Alrighty. So that seems to be the
I
case.
guess I'm flying away on my flying carpet.
Can I use my inspiration to see if War can notice the sending stone vibrating in the pack?
No, because it's
that would
invisible.
be invisible if it's in Lily's possession.
Yep.
Invisible and sound are two different things.
Do I not notice the sending stone vibrator?
Oh,
I might notice a vibrator.
Yeah. Oh no, you know the stone's going on, but you're kind of busy right now.
I can't. Hey, can someone back pocket?
So the invisible person is directing someone to the back pocket.
I mean, there's one person that can see her.
I can see her just fine with my robe of eyes. I can see her just fine.
Like,
I can't reach for a pocket. I don't know where it is.
Okay, so
I'm on my flying carpet going away.
Yep, you got it. So Puma, Thomas is the character that can see Lily, kind of gesturing.
All right, so I'm gonna grab the sending.
It's not a phone call, guys. Stone call. It works pretty damn close.
my ass is vibrating, and I can't handle it anymore right now because I have this giant orb.
It's vibrating too.
My ass is vibrating right now.
Vibrating.
How come I picture this is all over and you just see Lily sitting there with a cigarette? Amazing work, guys.
This is the day that became not safe for work.
Don't we already have enough fan fiction?
Mm-hmm.
Hey. There is some fan fiction.
Most of it revolves around her, too.
It's a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I gotta get around to finishing that.
It's an alternate reality where I didn't tell Morgan to get the fuck up off me.
And with that, guys, remember, paid subscribers get no.
Please, for the small price of $10.99 a month, you too can get the smut fanfic. Choose your own adventure smut fanfic.
So,
Dude, there's an
grabbing
audio.
the sending stone.
grabbing the sending stone, you can communicate at the end of this round. So Wind picks it up. It's not Lily. You can, if you're looking, well, if you're part of the ship, you're aware of that area. You can't make out fine details, so all you know is it's being picked up. So as far as you know, it should be Lily. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're more focused now on the bigger picture than
It's
small
really
little people
after
and
that
stuff.
cigarette.
Fair enough. All I say is we're inbound to pick you up. Be ready.
Okay.
Okay. Thomas?
Oh wait, we can't respond.
Wow,
back
Lily,
to
your
that
voice has changed immensely.
Well, you can't hear because he didn't send back the thing. He just heard your message.
Oh, yeah, he sends back a message. He's got the stone so he can
Oh.
send back, yeah. And wastes your charge for the day.
I know. I was gonna be like, why did we have to tell him? Okay, I'm pretty sure he knows we got it. Maybe.
Alrighty, so second
Okay, Lily, they're coming to get us.
second round. Lily,
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to do a Constitution saving throw as you're starting to take damage this round. And you can see the bones in your hand and your bones in your forearm because the green glow is so bright, it's radiating through your skin to show the bones under your flesh. And you're about to take damage. The Constitution roll against a 16 stops you from dropping the stone.
Oh, I'm not dropping this shit. Oh, no!
Yes, you are. Can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you can.
Let's try that again.
This is just being an inspiration waster moment. That's it. Oh! All right, Lily, you take 5 points of damage to your character. I'll just add that on there. I think you're being somewhat...
I'm not letting go of that orb. I don't care. We can all die. I'm not letting go of my orb.
Do you wish to then continue to take the damage?
Yes, I'm not letting go of my orb. my orb, and it's not. It's my child.
Alrighty, then I'm going to need a will check of 12, and you're going to take 12 more. 5, 6, 7, 17 damage. 17 damage, and a 12 will check, a wisdom check.
A wisdom check again. I can't roll today. Oh!
You drop it.
No!
You just see it burning, and you can smell sizzling bacon.
No!
And you just see her drop, and her hands are still kind of glowing, like it's still got that green glow on her upper arms, and like her bones are radiating green out through her skin, and she's just kind of like, the thing falls to the ground, and as it goes, the whirlwind goes and starts smacking through her body at the same time as she looks like, as the whirlwind's going around, you see it smash through her, and you see a part of her soul start to get pulled into that. So, Thomas, you're the closest to her. You could tackle her out of this if you want, but that would leave the stone on the middle of the ground.
What I was thinking about was move in, be touching her and touch the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dimension Door is only a verbal component. And then cast my Dimension Door and out of there.
No better dodge.
Because it's instantaneous. Duration is instantaneous on the Dimension Door.
Got it.
Step up, touch her and the orb, and cast Dimension Door.
The
like
orb?
right on us, so we're drop right up through. And I can...
For you, you're going to have to do like 18 wisdom for fear. Because you weren't really directly put to the fear, but I just realized at this point with the orb and everything, you've got to do an 18 for your wisdom as well. For the fear check. Because it is horrors and terrors swimming around there.
So a wisdom saving throw of an 18?
Yeah.
Ouch. That's not going to be very easy for me.
But...
I only got a +2 in wisdom.
Okay, you grab it. You also will take a bit of damage. Just a 2d6 of beautiful 9 damage to your character. That makes an even 40 damage you have taken so far.
Yep.
And you grab... Alrighty. Do Dimensional Door.
Yep. I can go 500, range of 500 feet.
Yep.
And I can... It can be a place that I can see, one I can visualize.
Yes.
So like on the deck of our ship or something.
Yep.
If the ship is within 500 feet.
Currently it isn't, but it probably will be at the end of this round. So you've grabbed them, you're taking damage, and you're holding, you're chanting, you're looking in the horizon, waiting for that ship to be there. You're focusing, and War, you're flying back. You just in your peripheral just see the tornadoes just fall in a different way, and it's just going crazy over there.
That orb has always been bad.
Orb is my friend.
First we decided to let a great evil out. Now it's sucking in a bunch of souls.
Alrighty, Rabbit, War, you're able to interact. Basically, you're close enough that you can push yourself and just get, like, as the ship's coming in, you're just flying in, and okay, you're on, if you know what I mean.
As just deactivate my flying carpet and just fall.
Exactly. Tumble on there. As Alphonse and everyone's just kind of getting ready. Wait, was Igor with you guys on the rock, or did Igor stay... No, Igor stayed behind on the ship, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Igor wasn't there.
Everyone stayed behind other than us three.
Yep. Alrighty.
Because we weren't taking anybody else into a religious domain with us.
And... Rabbit, you're getting closer. You see the chaos that's showing up on that. And all of a sudden, that chaos disappears. The spirits, for some reason, they're doing the spiral, and then suddenly, poof, they're just loose, and then start floating around as if looking for targets or whatever. Like, they're just confused and just going around as, boom, you're on the deck of the ship, Thomas, and the orb kind of peels out of your hand, and some of the skin on your hand goes onto the orb as it just rolls off to the side as you've just pulled, and it just rolls there, and it's glowing intensely and just pulsating, and you can see what looks like little cracks on the orb.
This is terrible. What are you doing to my orb?
At that point, you
I
just
think it's
notice
being
a
overstuffed.
bunch of flashes coming up from Captain Fred's ship. Apparently one of the GIF is flying around with these flags, and he's just waving these flags, and then the flags on the giant cannon ship start waving back, and then you just see, like, 12 different cannons from these giant ships, boom, 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 just are all firing down, and you just see the rocks come flying down, and you see that there are glyphs on these giant cannonballs, these giant catapult-sized boulders of iron that come flying out of these ships, as they've got fireballs and that stuck onto it, or other spells that have been weaved into it, so when it impacts, they get the huge fireball effect, plus all the damage, as you see chunks of the citadel, the graveyard, the little earrings just being blown apart, and cracks falling over as they are just ripping this thing to shreds now. And then another volley comes off, and then smaller fires are going, and then crossbow bolts that are enchanted with little explosions and that go on flying as they just are letting loose everything onto this rock, and it is getting pulverized in front of your eyes. And it seems to start to calm down now. Some of the flying, you see some of the little flying wraith-like things just vanish and just disappear, or just fade out as the ships continue, and they continue to shoot and attack, and this thing starts to crack and break, and one of the little spire of the little thing just kind of cracks down and tumbles. Some of the stained glass windows shatter as this thing is just now falling apart, and you're seeing chunks of rock break free and float without any proper gravity plane around them.
That's cool.
And then you see a center point, purple magic, and it disappears. A chunk of the citadel just teleports, leaving all the rest around to break apart and just fall and float loose around there.
So like the captain's yacht.
Boop.
We should have got the other thing while we were there.
Okay, so at this time you say the orb is starting to like crack and everything too?
Arcana. You use Arcana.
I might know something about Arcana.
Just maybe.
You would hope.
Lily's the next best too. The thief.
You know, with my rolls and his rolls, I feel like I'm not the next best. I feel
I think the gauntlet is being passed on. He has to, he has to cast magic on you this game, and then his lucky dice rolls go with that. It seems.
Well, the funny thing is that Dimension Door is not a concentration spell either, and
She's still invisible.
so she's still invisible.
I'm just gonna remain invisible until.
Okay, so you're telling me that he teleported on the ship.
Yep.
She's invisible, and the orb just rolled across.
From his hand.
From my hand.
Oh my god! At this point, you see Alphonse run across, kick Lily halfway across the floor before he realizes she was on the ground. Kick! Oh, what was that? I hit something! I definitely kicked something! What was that? Where's Lily? He walks forward, steps on her hand. Where is Lily? Where did you leave Lily? He backsteps on her arm a little bit. Lily, where is she?
I concur with this question.
Oh, you're so dumb.
I would turn off the, invisibility.
Oh dear! Steps back. By the way, your hands are no longer glowing, but they are blackened and crispy like charred bacon from your hands down to your elbows.
I
both
need a
hands.
manicure real bad. Can we land somewhere?
Okay, so I was gonna start casting mending on the orb.
Boop. You do so, and it takes a spell. You sense mending is a cantrip. It costs you nothing.
Yep.
But for some reason, when you start doing the mending, you sense that you can push spell levels into it. Whatever you haven't cast yet, you sense you can put that raw magic into this.
Please make better.
Okay.
And of course, Alphonse is like, "Oh, you look perfectly fine."
Alphonse does not have a poker face.
Well,
Oh,
casting
quite
time
Right,
for
guys.
mending.
So now we know that if we need
It's
to get
1
any more
minute.
bad news, send Alphonse.
oh, you look perfectly fine. Don't touch me.
Casting time for mending is 1 minute.
1 minute? Yeah. So basically you can channel in a spell level or so, which is not the normal for that spell. But with this, what's going on? Do you have any available?
I got lots
Yeah.
of spell slots available. Just wondering how high of a spell slot I'm
Right now, since this is probably considered an artifact, you're thinking as high as you can go, really, to help.
Well, I mean, I got all the way up to an 8th level spell slot available.
Yep.
But I only got one 8th level and one 7th level.
Your call.
But I do have 2 5th level spots available, so how about if we channel a 5th level spell slot into that?
You seem to basically all you have to do is put at least a few levels, a couple of spell levels into it to help it holding itself together a bit. But the cracks are kind of going. The floor is discolored from where the sphere was sitting. By the way, the wood part is now a blackened wood where it was, but it's now cooling off, and the wall's discolored too. Whatever paints, whatever on that wall has been warmed up.
Wow.
What have you guys done to my ship?
Trying to
Oh,
save.
by the way,
You
would
can
have felt.
feel that.
You would. Yeah, I was about to say you would have felt that. It's like oh but it
That's
wasn't
why
enough
I'm
to
saying,
do.
what
It's
have
not
you
enough.
done?
It's not enough to do hull damage. So you don't really. He's like warm spot right there. What the hell? What warm spot?
Just trying to fix Lily's orb.
She may or may not have decided to suck a shit ton of.
At that point, Sawbones comes in, looks at Lily.
Morsels.
We need to amputate right now.
Sawbones, you
Sawbones?
fuck away from
How
Sawbones.
about no?
You're not the physician anymore, remember?
I
We
will-
have
had this
him for that.
conversation.
You can fix me and other Warforges, whatever.
We got
He
Warforged
deals with-
arms. We could give her a couple of Warforged arms.
He's the one that deals with living things that have flesh.
I'm giving like a really hard stink eye to Sawbones right now.
We could get you sexy
So
Warforged
have the
limbs.
Warforged fixed the kinetic drive yet?
No. Yes. Because the gnome's fixing it.
Well, that's convenient since he broke it in the
Yeah, exactly. Quint, after his moment, his breakdown, Quint was putting back together what he had damaged. So yes, you're still controlling this.
I mean, can he really lift the gear that came off when I tried to fix it? Or would a Warforged be the one to
Warforged
fix
is
it?
probably helping.
Yeah. Other Warforges are helping him now. Yes. At this point, you suddenly get inside. Where do you take command? Do you take command on the bridge itself, Rabbit?
Oh no,
Or do you sit in that
See,
room?
I made a stupid joke at the beginning, and I kind of wish we had just gone with it.
What?
He's using a surfboard.
I didn't even get in the ship. I just jumped onto the outside of the ship and used it like a surfboard.
I just pictured Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Is that a guy staring? Yeah, you're doing a Kurt Russell right now. I gotcha. Okay. Yep. All
I
right.
mean, it's not. It's fine. He doesn't need to breathe anyways.
No, it's just
Breathe.
no.
I'm still
All
technically.
right. In that case, Ruckus would be like gunk 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 on the ceiling. We've got a message. Lady Marshal Cinder is requesting our presence at the main ship.
Is she now?
Alright, I want to pull out one of my cookies and eat a cookie here. And I might even hand one to Lily.
At this point, you got Pie,
I
who's
think you'd
walking
have
over
to-
to Pie's walking over to Lily, and he's holding a cookie out for Lily as he just kind of looks at her arms.
It's okay, they're getting fixed.
I got special cookies.
So my orb is back in my arms right now, right?
It's still sitting on the floor.
Oh.
If you reach for it with your arms, some of your skin kind of cracks and falls off, showing a little bit of bone.
Okay, I reach for it with my legs, and I pull it towards me.
All right.
Okay, so what exactly does the message say?
Basically,
I'll
they're just
crawl inside.
you're kind of crawling inside. The ship kind of, because you haven't mastered moving around and flipping around while you're controlling the ship. So as you kind of do that flip into the room, the ship itself just kind of did a flip.
You're fine. It's not like this has never happened before.
We've been through worse, guys. We'll get through this.
You weren't there for that one ship that I broke in half.
And by the way, Siren, since you're on the deck, you see the mage-like image that's just kind of lit up of a female tabaxi with white fur and ice blue eyes, named Cinder.
Oh.
And she's got that little that ranger badge and all that kind of stuff, and she's got a cloak off the one arm with the badge holds it. The cloak hands off. It's like it's kind of a blue colored cloak, and her armor seems to be kind of a white mix as well, with a little bit of gold filigree around the edges. Looks very nice.
She does look very nice.
And the gold filigree kind of follows the pattern of tiger stripes on her armor.
Well done.
I have respect fashion-wise for you.
This whole game has been me trying to play fashion girl.
Was that
while
healing?
running around killing stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, I
what?
ate my 2 healing cookies.
You got it.
Healing.
Meanwhile, Pi got them confused. He's got the happy cookies. He's just lying on the ground. His feet are in the air. He's walking on the ground in his mind.
Uh-oh, Pie, those were those were not. Those are the cookies I made with the
With the mushrooms.
I bought some more space mushrooms. Apparently, I have bad luck with skeezy men selling me mushrooms.
Does anyone else need a little healing?
At that point, another chunk of skin falls off of Lily's arm.
He healed them.
Oh, did you give a healing back to Lily? Yet or not?
Can I set it back to 0?
I don't think he's done healing yet.
I
He's
think
trying to
She's in the
figure
combat
I
tracker.
don't care about my health points. I care about my vanity. This much is clear.
I mean, I'm still in the green, so I'm good.
I think
You already did.
Tom,
basic.
you were down to the orange, weren't you? You were down to close to half.
He already did a big heal on me last game, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like 800 potions, so I mean, if you're busy doing other things,
I don't think you
Mine
can
regenerate
pick up...
after we rest, so I mean,
Yeah.
to use some spells right now and then rest and
how soon does this?
because I have prayer of healing, casting time's 10 minutes though. That one I can target up to 6 creatures. Everyone gets 2d8 plus.
Gather
spell
around.
casting
We're
ability
gonna tell a
modifier.
story. Who's got a 10-minute story?
All the injured, because they're still injured from the battle earlier, you can get a cluster of people together, 10 minutes goes, and do the heal. I will say like 10 minutes goes by. But during this 10 minutes, Wind, it's going to take less than that to fly towards the big claw.
No. I want to know exactly what the message was.
Requesting you to dock.
Ah! Fun fact, send back a message. No. But she can come to us by herself.
He doesn't want to die.
So doing this prayer of healing, everyone's gonna take and get 16 points of healing.
Am I included in that 6, or...
If you're within 30 feet
Yep.
of me, it'd be you, me, Lily. If we went up by
how much-
wind,
Lily, you had 17, 16. You got 1 point left. So that 17 can change to a 1, and that will be gone in resting.
if mine goes to 0, that fully healed me.
fully healed me?
And as the glowing heal goes, you start to see some of the black on your skin kind of ash, and you see fresh skin underneath it.
Oh, thank God.
As you start, peeling.
But
It's
my
got a super painful peel.
And I'm assuming I would have done it when we got up close to.
Yeah, you got a nice
while we're
skin
gathered
peel going.
around wind, so wind would.
oh shit! I
If
should do
needed.
that more often.
But the only thing is, she's been out in the wilderness left, so from her elbows up, she's got a normal wood tan. From her elbows down, she's pale.
I've been wearing long sleeves this whole time.
Oh, okay. So she's got a pale all the way.
On a spaceship.
Yeah, we've been in space
we've been on a
spaceship for over a year.
We're all pale. Well,
You're a freaking white
I'm a
tiger.
white tiger, so-
Wind.
I don't have skin.
Yeah, your wood's gotten a little cherry color to it, you know.
Oh my god, that would be so beautiful. I love cherry wood. Can we dye you later?
Don't fall asleep.
No.
Don't.
You have a army of warforges you can play with.
See, and that's the one thing I've never understood about science fiction shows and movies.
But
Right? People are by themselves on spaceships for years, never landing on planets, and yet they're tanner than
Okay.
someone who lives at the beach.
okay, here's the thing. Spaceships in the future come with tanning beds and they don't charge.
And holodecks. Hello.
You know
so
what? They've evolved.
The
past,
original
like,
Enterprise
tanning
did
beds.
not have a
They just
holodeck.
had really good spray tans because nobody gets cancer in the future. Or ages.
They do age in the future, actually.
Shut up. I'm being hopeful.
Okay. So you say, no, you can come here.
By yourself.
At that point, you see there's a slight confusion on this person's face. You see this person now. Right?
Well, she can get over it.
And Wind? I don't know what your father may have said, but there is no troubled water between us.
Well, I don't have a problem with you.
I
I have a problem with your order.
He also has a problem with leaving his ship.
There's that too.
At this point, the fleet seems to be assembling. She tells you that they came here for you. And this whole group is going to be a flotilla heading back to your home world to try and take it back.
From who? Who took it?
The hobgoblin.
The hobgoblins.
Listen at all.
We
I just had a tragic thing happen to me. I'm in shock.
apparently, just so you remember, after we left, apparently the shit hit the fan.
Well, I knew shit hit the fan.
I mean, this isn't any worse than that one time we almost got sucked in the black hole.
That would-
I mean, it's also not as
See,
bad
that's what
as.
happens when I take a nap and let you guys fly the ship.
Maybe we should
Look
take
here.
a nap.
I was tired.
Maybe we should
Besides,
dock if
we
you
have
need to
someone
take a
on the
nap.
comm at the moment. Maybe we can discuss this later.
By the way, Thomas, the
Sounds good.
skull is kind of doing that. You know that kind of weird, I won't say like a Max Headroom, but you know how the skull, like how a face might...
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing that inside.
Glitching out.
It's glitching out inside this green orb.
Are you okay, buddy?
Oh, he thought he was going to get out, is what
Okay.
he thought.
Oh, no.
No, it's what he does, but he's never really had to do it on that scale before.
Okay, so imagine a
He's
crackhead
lagging.
takes all the crack. That's what's going on right now.
He's lagging. He has to catch up quick. Too
he need
too
a
much
hug?
downloaded.
I'll give him a hug.
At that point, you almost get the don't touch as you feel spirits wanting to escape. He's got so much, and he's holding it in, but it feels like if he stops concentrating, they're all going to get out.
Maybe we don't.
Can he siphon them off a little at a time?
To where?
Like, just let one out. I want to fight it.
It's a spirit.
No. I have a magic weapon.
Okay. I'm on a ship with fools.
That's a good song, Erasure.
I'm still running on my rage from the dragon fight.
Look here, I'm just happy my
No,
hands
it's been
are
10
okay.
minutes. That's gone.
Yeah.
True. I'm still running on adrenaline from killing a Dracolich.
suppose that could be a thing.
All right. You see
Adrenaline,
that the giant command ship is approaching you guys.
No. I said you.
Mm-hmm.
Not your ship. Not everyone on your ship. You.
How are you expecting her to get here without a ship?
They have little ships.
She's at least flying close. She's still by the moon. She's not in a war zone. She's not going to take a little dinghy out to visit you. Because there's still mop-up going on and stuff. So the big ship is
I've
flying.
gone to a reasonable distance away from the fighting where a little dinghy would not be in any danger.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sir, should I prepare the troops? There's Ruckus, the Hobgoblin.
Why are we preparing the troops?
Well, you're getting ready for war, it sounds like.
Wait, what?
Never agreed to anything.
Why are we getting ready for war?
You just turned down the Grand Marshal of the Star Rangers?
Dude,
Her son is
have you met me before?
daddy stuff.
Yeah, 6 months or so.
Yeah. Do I normally care who has the power? Besides,
It
I'm
doesn't
faster than
matter.
any
He
one
has
of
the
their
cloak.
things right now,
But
you-
from all intents and purposes, this is your mom, too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? She's not been there most of his life, so.
And he has the cloak.
Wait, that
Your
sounds like
argument
that
is
sounds
invalid.
quite familiar to you,
It's
doesn't
the
it,
line
Lily?
I use. You're not the boss of me.
That's Lily's having flashbacks now.
Look here! Just because I have mommy issues doesn't mean he has mommy issues too. Look at him. You have mommy.
I mean, let's be realistic. Wind has never even met his mother until today. His father never said anything about his mother, ever.
You already don't trust people to begin with.
I don't trust people to begin with. I have even less trust for the Rangers after our...
Lavender incident.
Yes.
That's what we'll call it now. The Lavender incident.
Also, technically, I'm not one of their subjects. So... This is
They don't
sovereign
have subjects.
territory
They're like the
of,
they're like the
of
police.
the council. I'm not technically a subject of the council because I was on a council-protected world, but not, anything more than that.
Which
So-
technically you're not supposed to leave that world. No one's supposed
Right.
to leave or go to that
Also,
world.
but they failed. So...
So if a tiger got out of its cage, what would you do?
Avoid it.
Does the tiger speak, and is it self-aware,
Oh.
and does it communicate? Because we're way past being less advanced.
As you pop back on top of your surfboard. So guys, I teamed up with this really big dude. He eats planets. I just go ahead and check to see if the planet's good for eating. Wait, no. All right. Wrong universe. Not bad. All right. Alrighty. So the ship is getting closer, as well as some of the other ships are going. You actually have Captain Fred's kind of coming up close too. He's like, hey, what's going on? Do you need help? He's got, supplies. His ship's approaching. He's kind of signaling, do you need any stuff?
So, Fred, at the moment, we need you to stay back a little bit and remain calm.
Oh shit, you're not going to go to fight, are you?
There's been a moment in this.
Seriously, am I really going to fight the whole flotilla of the Rangers right now?
I really hope not.
No, that's not my plan.
Good. We should have not said that out loud.
But, fun fact, sometimes these things just happen.
Alright, a little claw does escape the small ship. The little sails just kind of flutter out on the side as it just kind of flies towards your ship.
Awesome. Do we have a docking bay?
Nope.
No, we just have the hole in
The
the
butt.
back that opens.
The jettison.
We have a docking bay.
Wait, did I ever take my immovable rod away from that door?
Nope.
My immovable rod's holding that door shut right now.
We should.
Should I go get that?
It's approaching the side of the ship, where you actually have the door on the side of the ship.
Alright then. I guess we should do some sort of like honor guard or something. That's something military types do, isn't it?
Just
But
Or
we're
spear.
civilians.
Take care of that.
Line
everybody
up a
line
bunch
up and
of,
look pretty.
Warforged.
Pretend-
Yeah,
stop.
just have a hallway of the
They're here.
warforges outside.
You're like, well, maybe get some Warforges. Oh, they're in, and then basically you got 3 Tabaxi walk in. One is the lady that you saw.
One person. I said one person. You suck. I'm going to my room.
They are in a vanguard, so one person stepped on, and the other 2 just came. They seem to be dressed with like Tabaxi-style helms on. They're long to allow for their snouts, and they've got a guard with pole arms, and they're in a brushed steel with kind of silver, like it's a dark steel with a light silver inlays and tiger stripes kind of style on their armor that they've got on, and they got a cloak with blue off the one shoulder and the little Star Ranger symbol on the one side, and then you got the other one that's all in the white armor with the gold inlays that just comes in, and her hands are on her hips,
God.
and she just looks at you, Wind.
Is your mom about to give you some sass?
Just looks at you.
Is she about to give me some sass? This should be interesting.
She just kind of just looks you over, and she starts doing like a murmur face. Like, she might cry. She's not trying to cry, but she seems to be a toss of emotions right now, and you seem to be an emotional wreck. So she's kind of working with this. And at this point, the other 2 guards are just standing there.
I want to go stand next to one of them
No. All right.
with my hand on my hilt.
Yep.
Really?
So at this point,
Really, War?
I
don't
think
even say it
I'll
out
go
loud,
bake her
I
some
just
fresh
don't know.
cookies.
Oh yes.
I'm not like standing looking at them. I'm literally standing next to them, and then put my hand on the hilt.
okay, at this point, she just kind of pauses, Wind, and she approaches you. You think she might want to hug you.
Oh my God! Please hug. This would make my whole day.
As you're sitting there
Oh,
with
I
your...
hold my hands.
Yes, that will happen.
They hug. And your mother nuzzles the side of your fur like a cat would. She says that she's so sorry that she left you behind. It was a choice she had to make, and she's regretted every day.
This is emotional.
At this point, you just see Pie got a little tissue for you. Hands you a little tissue.
Is there a cookie in that other hand?
There is now. It's an emotional cookie. It's got a little happy face on it.
I'm emotional eating right now. Okay.
Emotionally eat the happy cookie.
It's got a cantrip on it, so as soon as you bite into it, it goes. It starts screaming. Oh, dear. Sorry. Moment ruining moment. All right. And she kind of straightens herself up, and she says, "Look, she's heading back. There has been a lot of chaos."
Actually, do you want to explain to me how you let this happen in the first place?
At that point, she starts doing the scratch behind her ear type of thing, going,
I want to nudge one of the guards. I want to nudge one of the guards and say, "He got her good there."
At that point, you see the other guard. Just anything. It's kind of a loaded question because there's a lot she's let happen, in a way of speaking, and she doesn't know which one you're referring. You can tell she's trying to figure out what exactly did I let happen.
What did you let happen that I don't know about? Because I can only think of one thing that you could have let happen that actually directly affects me at the moment.
Talk about it.
I'm sorry, what?
What do you feel I let you down in?
Well, there was the whole leaving me thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of got over that. But then you let my planet be taken over by hobgoblins.
That was not really directly her fault. Original.
Not part of the Rangers?
Yes.
Are you not one of the heads of the Rangers?
Yes. She
Do you
had
not have a
somebody in
flotilla?
charge of that area. And she also had an alliance with the Void Elves in that area, and they were supposed to be working together. It's not my fault that one of the alliance members of the Void Elves went rogue and allowed it to get past, and for his own selfish reasons did not inform us until it was too late. By the time we showed up, the landing parties had already arrived on the planet, and since this area was not in proper council space, so yes, she is responsible, but then again, she's the leader of an organization, and it's broken down into separate people that look after different sectors and different
Also,
areas.
you left me.
I thought that was the big one too myself.
Didn't you just say you got over that?
I lied.
No, actually, you said, didn't you say? I said, he probably lied. It's now come from the other guard that's standing beside you. The other guard just cautiously goes.
Was he given a cookie?
Yep. That's okay. All right. So she's just said it was a choice that she.
Also, you left me with a man who told me nothing about you.
That's a long story, and it's not entirely my fault.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
That is what she said.
At that point, one of the guards, literally. Sorry.
Is the kinetic drive fixed yet?
Yes, it is.
Gonna disconnect now.
We get to the part where we know what she wants from us.
This is awkward. This is
We
getting
want
really
nothing
awkward
more.
here.
She wants from us. She's part of the Rangers. Pay attention.
Effectively, there were choices made, and she chose her career, and your father didn't. He wanted to get away. We didn't see eye to eye. He felt that you living a life of constantly moving around from unit to unit would not be as stable an environment for a child, and he decided to take you on his retirement as he was supposed to be overseer of that world. Who also
What?
didn't report it.
What
Overseer.
What
He was just the silent.
the fuck is going on here? I know nothing.
But Lily's the overseer.
Hey, War.
But
Shut the hell up.
sorry.
Him on the skull. So, effectively, she.
Weird question.
Yes.
How do I know that you're actually my mother?
The third guard. We could have an arcane individual of your choosing cast spells if need be. I do know I'm physically your mother. Whether or not that was your father, I don't. But no. No, she doesn't say that. She herself is quite aware that she's your mother. She's not going to imply that she's not too sure about the father.
I would like to ask why she's not so sure about his father. In
military life. All right. No, sorry. Anyways. No, but no, she doesn't. She doesn't actually imply that. That was more the DM joking. But no, she's willing to do whatever test you
I've
need
gone
be.
down
She
with
can
this.
understand the paranoia and all that, and like, if effectively Morgan is the one that helped find me and get a hold of you.
How did Morgan know you existed?
Morgan knows lots of things.
Remember down in the bar, I said that I'm not allowed on the ship. He'll punch me again.
He knows my mom. He knows
Where's
your
Morgan?
Mom, he knows everybody.
But no, Morgan's still on Captain Fred's ship.
All right, then.
Yeah, Morgan's still on Captain Fred's ship. Morgan had mentioned, and that's where you pissed off that Morgan knew something that you didn't about your mom. That was another... You were fuming about that part.
Right.
And he knew Siren's mother.
He gets around.
I wonder if he slept with your mom,
Oh
too.
my god, what if he's your father?
Okay,
that'd be so
Siren.
wrong.
What if he's both your father and my father?
That'd be...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Then you would be half siblings.
We're
Also,
half siblings,
I'd
and
be a
my
half
father just
tabaxi.
tried to bang me.
Okay, Siren. First book. He does mention he's had plenty of roles, including a lumberjack. Second book. Briefly mentioned before he disappeared that he has... his mentor was in the same forest where you grew up. Last episode, he talks about...
not banging my father.
Last episode, he talked about his first assignment was getting in with one of the lady nobles of the city. He had your mother's facial cream. And now, this episode...
Sleep with me? What kind of freak is he?
Clearly, he did say he was there for a bit, but then for some reason he was transferred away. He doesn't know why.
I'm so disturbed. Too much.
At this point, this somehow, boop, just all of a sudden it finally hits you, Siren. As you're looking at your mother, you're like, you know what it is? After your hands, you're grabbing some of that cream to get rid of some of the wrinkles that you saw on your new skin, right? And then you look at that cream and go, that's my mom's logo. And then suddenly, all those little facets of his conversation just dink. So it was so funny. First meeting him, do you remember what your phrase was? I really hope he's not my father. And I've lived with that as a DM.
You've
3
waited
books.
this whole campaign.
Yes!
Hold on a second.
Mom.
You guys even, like, cuddle.
By the way, Sheila Bobby was aware, and she's been waiting for this day. Unfortunately, she's not in this episode. Sheila Bobby, this is for you when you watch the
I
VOD.
didn't know, just her
Siren. Because she just sent me this thing going, wait a second. And I went, yep.
Where is Sheila? I'm DMing her right now.
Now, you knew! So, at this point, Cinder kind of looks at you. Do you suddenly feel like we've just been replaced in importance for the story plot?
It seems that way.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. She's having a moment over there, isn't
Although
she?
everyone else had the common sense to think that that was already the case.
I had no idea who Morgan was, other than being him running
he just
around.
popped out of my cloak like a Pokeball.
Fucking dick. Not that one.
I just spat water all over my computer, guys. I'm sorry. That was caught on tape. Oh, dear. That's a speaker. It's all
This
good.
whole campaign was you trying to get me to fuck my dad.
No!
It's not his choice how you respond to things that happen. Besides, everybody else just wanted to stab him.
It's true. Even
No,
you.
why I don't hate him. I can't hate him. He's my own blood.
I
So,
can still kill him.
So could I.
Kill my dad. Only I can kill my dad.
What?
I have the worst daddy issues in this game.
Well,
Why?
I have mommy issues, so...
Did you almost bang your mom?
No, but that's because I don't look at someone and say, they're hot, I think I'll try and beg them.
No, you only did that with one Tabaxi.
Right, but she didn't look anything like me. At least there was that.
Jesus. I can't even.
So, that being said, Morgan did help get the group together, and we're hoping that if the casket of souls is operational again, we can get the army needed to rip apart from the inside. It was a lack of that did not have... right now we've got a full force. We're going to be taking back that planet.
So there's a problem with that. If I recall properly, the forge was running out of materials.
Yeah, the reason the Warforged just stopped was because they were out of materials.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that we need to go back and retake the place that we took 3 times?
I mean, I only helped retake it once.
At this point, she looks at you. You know what? We are heading back with an armada to take back that world. We came to help you out. But if you decide to continue on your quest, fine. We'll head back and try and free your world.
No, we have to go back. I haven't heard from Dad in like a month.
There's an awkward silence.
I'm still getting over.
Although, to be fair, I think I should give him at least some credit. I haven't heard from you in like 21 years.
One of the guards, the one beside you, wore snap.
Sorry, I said that wrong. 19. My apologies. 19. But I apologize. That was a very, very low blow.
There's quiet in the room now.
Although a bit justified.
You can't say you're sorry and then slap them in the face again. That's just
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sure how this is going to go right now, right? I'm having some...
You just noticed you've never seen your hobgoblin first look ever so awkwardly uncomfortable than right now. God, they're not trained
have you
for
met
this.
First Spear Rucksack?
Hello, miss. It's an honor to meet you.
This is my mother. Also, she's some sort of bigwig for the Rangers.
Right.
Which apparently was more important than me.
Oh!
No, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry.
Taking every shot he can.
I know, man. Good job it didn't take place on her ship.
Yeah, now you know why we're doing that here.
To be fair, he didn't want you guys here either.
We get paid extra. It's called danger pay. Because if we tell anyone, she's
She
gonna kill us.
sees this as a dangerous environment?
What?
Dude, you threatened them the second they came on board.
I did not. They were standing there, and they had their weapons, so I went and stood next to them and put my hand on my weapon to blend
They
in.
have pole arms.
I don't have a polearm.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm trying to blend in here.
You live here!
Most awkward conversation on a ship. There you go. So, she is going to be taking one of the slipstreams back to the planet and wants to know if you wish to come with them. You can fly on your own ship. She can tell this is a situation here. She is trying to restore order on your homeworld. And she also tells you that we've actually got one of the council members that is flying with us.
The Void Elf?
Council members, the dragons.
The dragon? Dragon?
Is it a gold one?
Yes.
Fuck,
Which
what's that guy's
question
name?
did you answer?
I love that. Yes.
Over the intercom, they hear fresh batch of cookies already.
The Pie, the raccoon.
God, I'm
No,
gonna-
Mom, let's go have a cookie.
Cookies and milk. Oh, milk. Her ears go back. She must not
There
laugh
are-
in
You didn't
public.
give me you didn't give me a name for the overseer.
Auroch. I do believe Auroch.
It's not in my thing. You keep referring to him as the overseer. The overseer.
Maybe you need to know his name.
Yep. You didn't mention it for you. But it would have been Auroch.
Is Auroch there?
Yes.
How did you get if he's not dead,
Yeah,
I'm mumbling to
exactly.
myself at this point. He's not
You
dead,
are.
but you have his.
Hey, War.
Hmm?
You're mumbling to yourself again.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I can fix your jaw for you.
I'm gonna go get my. I'm gonna.
You
go
know who
get my
said that,
rod.
right? Sawbones.
Sawbones, don't you have somewhere else to be?
He's got like a little lug nut ready to attach to the side of War's head. Yeah, for the jaw.
I'm gonna go get my rod, and I start walking towards the back of the ship.
Nope, nobody has fixed that yet.
Oh yeah, it was there because the door wasn't working. Okay, got it. Sawbones, go fix the door.
No. The problem is not the door.
Oh.
It's
What's
the
the
giant
problem?
hole.
Oh, he's gone. He's dead.
Who's dead?
The
I
giant bull.
think I just.
What?
The giant skeletal bull.
No, the hole.
Oh, okay.
There's a giant hole in the back of the ship.
That's
Well,
because
can't
it's a
Sawbones go
jettison.
fix that?
That's because it's a jettison. You were just locking the door because that was the door to the jettison. The jettison's open to the space, and that's how they were coming in. You just put the thing to stop the door from opening. It's naturally open to the space because it's a jettison.
It's a docking bay.
Dock on the side of the ship.
But that's not a bay.
This is turning into a Seinfeld episode.
What?
I'm starting to feel.
Nada.
So, point being, are you going to take
Can
the
I
ride
get
back
my rod
with the
back
slipstream?
or not?
Yeah, you can.
I'm asking
Oh,
the cat.
Yeah.
the captain.
I'm gonna
Well,
leave.
I can't make that decision by myself.
You're the one that fuels the ship.
Does that mean that I get to choose what everybody does for the rest of their lives? Because I
No, but you're the one that stopped me and implying that there was a problem.
We're having two different conversations now. Grab your damn rod.
Okay. I'm gonna walk off.
I'm gonna sit here and just eat my cookie in shame.
Coin.
Alrighty.
So, if you want to stay here and have a cookie, while I coordinate with the people who can make a choice, well, I can make a choice too. It sounded weird. This is awkward. I'll be back when I have an answer. It shouldn't be too long.
So, Thomas, playing the role of Guinan now, sitting at the back, serving cookies and milk.
This has to come too.
Oh, I thought Thomas was going to have some alone time. So, your son saved my life.
I mean,
All right. So,
we all have to conference in the conference room. You know, we never use the conference room.
It's not close enough to the kitchen, so Thomas can't give us cookies.
That must be the problem.
We normally
Well, now
we
we're
normally
gonna
just
use the
are in the
conference
galley.
I could, bring a batch of cookies with me to the conference room.
Sounds
but
great. Bring
Sounds
some cookies by the
amazing.
conference.
Pi usually eats half of them before I get there, so
Even though I can't taste it very well, that sounds amazing.
press it to the roof of your mouth. The wood.
I know,
absorbs.
but it's not a liquid. It doesn't
Oh,
soak
true.
in as well.
Well, if you mush it up really good,
That's a lot of effort.
it is actually just to get that moment of flavor.
You know, if you put a cookie in the milk,
Oh my god, you're a genius.
yeah.
Oh, I feel like calling this
everybody's,
episode "Cookies and Milk." All right.
So, Thomas, you know about our homeworld. You know it was taken over by hobgoblins, right? We had this conversation.
yeah, you guys informed me. I'm not from your homeworld, but yeah, you
Right.
guys informed-
So, how do you feel about going there to solve this problem?
Well, I think being as that is home for you guys, that if I had a chance to, rescue my home and get rid of the enemies and stuff and save the lives of my people on my world, I definitely would go for that. So, if that's something you want to do, I'll gladly help you.
All right. War, you're not a slave, remember, even though you are constantly aggravated that people call you a slave. Your thoughts?
My biggest thing is I have a question. I want to ask Auroch of how he doesn't have the cloak.
Okay, so fun fact.
But
you can get to that later.
But he didn't die.
So we've established that you can give up the cloak if you want to give up the cloak.
But you can't, Rabbit. In theory.
I was under the impression that you had to die because you got it off of a dead body.
Technically, I was supposed to give it to the ranger.
You got it from a dead person.
They gave it to me because they were dying and they needed to give it to the ranger.
See, the story I got is that you got it from a dead person. Kavina's not very good at telling stories, okay?
Great. So, your choice. So, how do you feel about the question I asked you?
Well, I mean, that's my planet, too.
So, yes?
I have no problem killing things.
Alright, then. Lily?
Kavina will probably go, yeah, first.
Yeah, let's go back home.
Alright, then.
Let's save the world. Why not? What are we going to do? Can we,
And I second that motion. Comes from...
There's something over there.
By the way, I second that motion. Comes from the little kobold that's sitting on a chair now in this council room with you guys. Igor, the kobold. That's my home, too. I have an entire clan.
No. Where have you been hiding?
I was left on the ship when you went off to the other ship and they went off to the rock.
Where have you been hiding?
I came in with everyone else. It's not my fault you didn't pay attention to me until I made my
What did you steal?
I didn't steal anything yet.
Have
you brought her to this ship.
Have you gone near them at all?
Have you bothered the Tabaxi?
Not yet.
Don't.
You don't.
He's already mad with me annoying them.
He pulls out a claw-like dagger and starts playing with his nails. So, are we going back?
You might not be.
I have an entire clan I can bring forward.
You mean the one that supposedly had a red dragon?
But I am the red dragon now.
No, you're not.
Working on it.
Where'd you get the knife?
Somewhere.
Who'd you take the knife off of?
I can't keep track of everything I pick
Did they have fur?
Igor, will you tell him the truth?
I kind of pulls up the dagger. I'm not doing it. It's got like one of them pommel guards. It's got like the ranger's symbol in the pommel of the dagger with the curved little kukri type of blade-like thing going on with it.
No, I'm gonna put my hand out for it. And then I'm gonna put the immovable rod in his lap and say the
come on!
You had to see this coming, Igor.
You're acting like a child, I will treat you like a child.
Make sure to get you by dinner time.
No, I
my nose! My nose and stuff!
No, I pinned it so his legs are like losing circulation.
Uh-oh. Okay, guys, do not laugh. The DM may fall out of his chair as he tries to get up. So, I think we should cut to break. What do you guys think?
Can you reach the button from there?
Reach the button to take a break.
I got this. Alright. Dignity?
You're scooping that!
You know
I'll go on YouTube later.
It's recorded.
So, okay, so yes. Because there's wheels, you see, and there's no traction. This episode's off the rails.
It's only a couple tangents.
So.
Whoa. So you said that this council member guy over there used to wear the cape?
Yeah, he was,
Wow!
he's the one that told me that I needed to go to sleep and the cape would reawaken me.
That man. Or what?
That's what I said.
And or dragon.
It's a gold dragon.
And or it.
It's a gold dragon.
He, she, something or other.
Gold
I
dragon.
don't know. Politeness, gold dragon.
Wait, if he's still alive, doesn't that make him still the overseer? So Lily can't be the overseer?
Chairs are hard.
So, fun fact. Sometimes you get different jobs.
You still have to put that. You still have to, Siren. You still have to put that in the videos and music, whatever section. Or, yeah, chairs are hard.
So, if he's not the cloak wearer because you are, and he's not the overseer because Lily is, what importance does he have to me now?
He's your father?
No. Why?
I don't know.
Okay. But
You're
you
a
have
free
questions.
person.
That's the
What does that
important thing.
matter?
You have questions. That's the important thing.
What, Michelle?
You're a free person now, War. What does it matter? There are no
doesn't.
strings on you.
But now he has questions. Now Wind has questions, so Wind has to go talk to him too.
Which he just happens to be on the ship that his mother wanted to invite him to.
You sure you don't want to go over there? I'll come with you.
I will too. Comes
No,
from
you'll
Igor.
stay in that chair.
Dude, I'm gonna lock you in the brig.
Okay,
I'll pin you to the floor in the brig.
that's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But with my skill set, it won't take me too long to kind of break, and open your device.
The immovable
It's not
rod.
how it works.
It's not how that works.
It's not a mechanical gadget.
But it's a magical device.
It's actually just a rod
I will cut
that
off
has
your
a
tail.
button on one end.
Really? Click. Oh, you mean all this time? Rolls
I'm-
across the table.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna put him against the wall. Put it.
No,
and
no.
then try-
He's doing the whole. He's doing the child in the grocery store. No, he's falling to the floor.
I'm gonna use
no.
a rope of entanglement to tie him.
Boop, he's gone. He's just leaving.
Okay.
He's gone.
I have the knife, so you might want to give this back to them.
Fabulous. That's great. That's going to be a great thing to explain to my mother.
Question: if we locked him in a room with only one door, and then I put the immovable rod on the other side of the door so that it couldn't open, how would he get out there?
How thick are the walls?
I swear to God, if you blow holes in this wall.
Anyways, point being, everyone seems to have agreed to head back to your homeworld.
Correct.
Also, bringing up the point that there's a gold dragon that you have questions for now.
The question is, do you wish to fly in your ship separate, or do you want to dock your ship and be on the big ship?
And the next question is, how much trouble does Wind get into if he gets onto the big ship with the cloak and tries to take it over?
It is kind of habit at this point.
It's kind of habit. It's a
What the
big
hell?
ship too. You have never controlled something that big.
It's a
Fine.
habit, and if the helm doesn't willingly give it up,
It's also a habit to make it give it up.
Contested of wills, yeah.
the
And
last
I
person
normally
that
win.
that last person that it happened to was bleeding from his ears.
First beer was there for that.
Yep.
First Spear also almost put on the
Alright,
helm
I
when the
guess
other
we're
guy
gonna
went
go
down.
Dock.
Sorry?
Think we're gonna go dock?
Okay.
But we can like dock and hang out on our own space, you know.
Not sure how I feel about that.
I mean, couldn't we leave our ship following, and we can just take one of my boats and fly over to the other one?
We have the kinetic helm up and running now.
But it's so slow.
We're going to be flying with an entire fleet. Sometimes when we do that, you move to the
We're
speed
not going to
of the
be able to go at
slowest.
your speed anyways.
We move at the speed of the slowest craft. At that point, we all look back to Uncle Captain Joe and his own little ship. God dang it, can we kick him off? You know his ship is the slowest. It's got like, it's got a little mouse going.
It's moving at half the speed of the next slowest ship.
All right, I guess. What do you guys think? Do we dock or do we leave the ship to do ship things? You know what? No. First beer.
Yes.
Unless someone else stays, you have command of the ship. Last time we dealt with Tabaxi and things.
Yep, understood.
Yeah.
He glad to stay here. Yep.
There's also that if we dock,
Sawbones walks in. He's got these nice, slim, kind of metal and wood arms. Oh! You've gotten better. And he turns around and walks away.
We already told you don't work on the flesh people.
Ah, Sawbones. We've had this conversation.
I was just trying to make
multiple
her one
times.
step more perfect.
Sawbones.
Hey, Sawbones.
GTFO.
What does this cookie taste like?
Oh, burn.
Walks away.
You didn't deserve that.
He just called us all inferior because we weren't Warforges.
No, he didn't necessarily say inferior. He just said that we were perfect.
You can't actually be more perfect. You're either perfect or you're not.
He wasn't saying you're inferior. He's just saying you're imperfect.
What?
That doesn't mean you're lower than us. It just means you're imperfect.
But becoming like you would becoming more closer to perfect,
According to him.
which implies that we're inferior.
I mean,
So,
You
with
didn't
that
look-
note,
I'm just trying
conversation.
to not have him thrown off, because I mean,
so we are now going to get to flotilla time and then break. It's going to take about a month. No. You're going to be in the slipstream for most of it, so it's going to be a couple of weeks. During those couple of weeks, individually, types of things that we want to get into, kind of role play here. Lily, do you want to have a talk with Morgan?
Yofaja.
I don't know if I want to tell him after all that's been done. That's going to be an awkward
Because you do have a gut feeling he might not know, because it was said he was sent away and he didn't know why. If he had gotten his contact pregnant, that could have been a reason for him being dismissed from the case. So he might not even know.
I should have that conversation, but someone else should like drop the bomb. Like, I'll send Alphonse in to tell him.
I'll tell him.
I think Alphonse will do a better job.
Right, but I'd like to see the pain on his face.
Ow! You're not going to hurt me, are you? Well, it depends.
But,
How do you
like,
take
can
this
go
bit of
with Alphonse
information?
and let Alphonse say it, because I feel like Alphonse will say it with the most tact.
physically, no, I will not hurt you. Mentally, you'll be scarred.
All right, that being said, I also think that there is a meeting wanting with the gold one.
Rex?
And
I'm gonna be joining for that.
you got it.
Maybe a sparring session or two with my mother.
Sparring session with your mother. All right. By the way, the inside of these cat ships, there's a lot of areas that are climbable. But besides, you got your regular stairwells and all that stuff. But you got sections of wall, like in the 3-story hangar areas. There's spots where you can just climb and get to spots. So there's plenty of training spots for you guys, just in
Why?
the design of the ship.
Why is not everything made like this? This
Not
makes so
everyone
much
You
sense.
see, there's a spiral staircase at the one side for the norms, and then up to the sides, a nice little climbing wall, so you guys can just climb right up to the floor you need. It's also
That
good if
makes
they're
perfect
being
sense.
boarded.
Yep.
And it's pretty good if they're being boarded because they can use all these things to run, parkour, and get to the ropes to get to the other side and attack the enemies.
I want a ship like this.
And that post over there, oh, that's just our scratching post. Oh god, I feel so good with the claws. Sorry. Yeah, what's this giant column that's got all the carvings in it? Oh, not as impressed anymore. Alrighty. So, you guys get to see the old worm. He is in a large 50-foot round room, and he's not a ginormous, huge dragon sitting all there. He's in a humanoid form. He's got long
You don't look the same.
robes, kinda, but wait, he looks old for a dragon. He's got long robes on. The robes themselves seem to be very, they got, it's white.
Hold on. He's a dragon that looks old?
Yes.
Holy crap.
He's got mother of pearl, kind of, he's got white robes, but they've got the pearlesque thing on it with gold trim around his robes. He's got more of the Asian dragon's look to his face with the long catfish-like whiskers that are just hanging pretty
He's
low.
a Fu Manchu.
That's very racist. He's got the long catfish whiskers that are coming down. He's got some of the scales. His scales will come out, and you know how you get the wrinkles on the faces? Instead of being smooth scales, all the scales have little rough edges that kind of just stick out along on the sides of his face. And then you got his kind of a mane of hair that just goes down, and it's got white gold. Like, basically his hair's got like a white gold, like it's got mostly, there's hints of gold, but it's gone to a white gold around him, and even the tips of his golden scales are actually whitish in color, like a white gold he's aged to.
He's my new best friend.
Remember, I told you there's a dragon in this one.
You owe me a dragon after almost making me bang my father.
Oh, here we go now.
Yes, we'll blame him for your choices.
The DM has sent my father in to try to bang me.
No,
No.
he just came into the scenario. You're the one that always
I think
leads
you're
to
the
that.
one who continued to flirt with the man who didn't know he was your father.
Alive, the 3 humans and a raccoon. Hey, Blackheart.
But there's 4 humans. Not counting the DM. There's 4 humans and a raccoon.
One of you he doesn't think is a human. Alright.
Oh, Mission
None of us is a
Siren.
full
Okay.
human unless we talk about the puma.
So, yes, he is very impressed to see you, War. He is quite impressed.
Hi. It's been a while.
And that
Your
you
father.
have now become the cloak bearer. He's kind of just squinting. He's got a very powerful presence as he sits there, and he just studies. What would you do with the Spelljammer?
I have to know what the Spelljammer was first. Should know what to do with it.
He tells you that it is a great citadel on the back of a powerful ancient creature.
Is it a turtle?
I could have so
It's a
many
manta ray.
friends.
It's basically a ginormous manta ray.
Oh, that's less impressive than a turtle.
We've already had
Manta rays
people
are
talk
amazing.
about this.
I'm joking.
The tail comes up and it has a giant laser thing on it, and
Wow, War. Wow.
hey, I'm not the most intelligent.
No, but you have higher than a 10 intelligence.
Barely. I'm also not good with people, so
It was not his
I
fate
don't
to become the
read
captain.
I think I would use it to protect people.
No, he tells you that the fates have ordained that you currently wear the cloak. And now, compared to those that he knows are still questing after it, he thinks that you are probably the best candidate.
See, but there's a problem. My friend has the orb.
And you do
And
not
you
have
have
the
to-
scepter.
She's a little bit possessive.
As far as he does that rubbing of the chin type of thing.
An orb for a dragon.
The orb is needed to power the intellects of the automations and spirits of those that run the craft.
Cool, so take me along.
Ideally, the one ruler would possess all three. But if you're on talking terms...
Well, we're friends and we will rule together because 3 is better than 1.
The problem is the Lich who has a rod.
We'll get that, don't you worry.
The rod is considered the command of the vessel. The cloak is its power and engine.
So, kill the lich, get the rod.
Kill the undead. Got it.
As far as he knows...
So I'm here less for this, because I figured that was the process anyways. And more about... War said you used to wear the cape, and and I'm figuring you're his father, so, you know. I wanted to see that bonding moment. It was kind of disappointing.
I already said I don't
my
think.
bonding moment with my father.
At this point, you almost want to see the gold dragon. Well, he's just a freaking automation, man. He's like a toaster. I mean... But...
Excuse me.
Our toaster and we.
Also, I wanted to see this happen, which is why I said something.
I'm not a servant anymore.
But no,
I am
there
free.
isn't a father. He kind of pauses and he ponders it about the father comment, and he says, "I could be seen as his father."
You left me there to sleep.
And in turn, you have awoken and protected the cloak bearer. I think you've done a good job.
He summoned me from 3 rooms away.
What?
How?
I don't know. I was in storage, where you left me,
What power did you use?
and then all of a sudden
This
I
is
came
the
out.
man. This is the ancient gold. How did you teleport him?
I came down in a ball of lightning, apparently.
It's a good time.
Should I actually be a part of this conversation, or?
Yeah, I know. He's no. You
He's
summoned
confused
him?
how you did
Right,
it.
Yeah.
but every time I started about to talk, someone else starts speaking. So now I'm just standing there with my arms folded going,
They're looking at you now. You think the conversation
oh, well, you see, I don't know.
after all that build up.
The cloak actually prompted me. With,
You see him kind of pause for a second, and you see maybe for a few moments he thought about standing up out of this big, nice, comfy chair he's sitting in, and then a book flies off from like the circular area. There's like little bookshelves and all that stuff. Book kind of flies over to him. Then a magical hand starts flipping pages for him. He's kind of just sitting there. Pulls out a long finger and starts taking a look at the words and stuff like that. Out of generations, there has been no mention of the cloak's ability to actually teleport.
Didn't we teleport an entire ship too?
dude, I swear to God, I will stab you.
What?
And me.
Did you say that out loud? War.
Yeah.
You did.
Yes.
You. His eyes kind of go big and wide. You are special.
Aww.
I feel like Lily should have been along. Well, actually, Lily, would you have come with them to the Gold Dragon? Thomas,
Yeah,
would you?
Fucking dragon.
That's what I figured. Lily's there for the awe factor, so... And Thomas, I think you're following suit on this one, right? You know?
No, I'm just in the kitchen. I'm taking a long rest, to regain my spell.
Oh, this is a couple of weeks, right? So this is like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just... So I would kind of say that it was probably a group effort showing up in this giant throne room type thing.
Out of curiosity.
Yes.
In the several weeks or however long we've been here, have I noticed any distinct smells that I remember?
Lilac, you mean?
Well, it wouldn't be lilac anymore.
But her, you mean?
Yes.
No.
Good.
Nope. She's not on here.
She probably got some of it.
Nope. But no, basically, this is the other things we can just break down after this conversation. But effectively, what we'll break down. He has a speech with you guys that was a council world. It was one of the first spots upon which the Warforges were assembled. In a way of speaking, they are all over the system now. But that was the original foundry, which was based on the artifact from the Spelljammer. We've had other magical items trying to replicate it, and the fact that there's a Demi-Lich's skull stuck inside of it now is a separate story. But
aren't you the one that's trapped it in there?
Yes.
He really wants out.
It's not my fault. I've lived long enough to know. By the way, he's still... There was a report of a haunting over the 2 weeks. A couple spirits did escape, but they were easily beaten up with the crew and all that stuff. But he has been still leaking spirits. In a way,
pull yourself together, Mr. Demi-Lich.
So this was a council world, and a lot of other things that helped create the stability of the council worlds were formed on old pillars of that world, and it was left as a sanctuary afterwards. It also was the one spot where we staved off the largest assault of the Treen. Oh man, you just minimized me into a bunch of small windows. There we go. Did we lose zoom? No, we didn't. The Tok'Treen invasion. And there was a lot of losses, so kind of part of it was a memorial to those that died defending the system, and the world was left sleeping. I lost the cloak when I died.
Wait, you died?
Yes.
How are you here?
I knew some high-level clerics.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a big spoiler. Yes, oh yeah, he's in my back pocket. Oh. But no, his spirit did return. He was pulled back, but the cloak had already left his grasp from that time. As far as you knew, one of the delegates...
You only lose the cape if you die.
Yes.
Cool.
I want to
live forever. The cape's mine.
I want to whisper to...
I don't say that out loud.
I want to whisper to Wind. Should we let him know what we did with the orb?
Did you want the gold dragon to burn you to death?
I mean, not really.
Yeah. Maybe not in the same room. Probably needs to know.
Oh, by the way, Lily and Thomas. Thomas, you don't really need it because yours is divinely given. Lily, if you wanted to talk about spells and stuff like that, this is the person to talk about magic and spells and all bits and pieces.
Sorry to interrupt. While this is a great story, I really came here for fine-tuning the knowledge about my cloak.
He tells you that it seems to have an awareness of dangers that occur to the user in a somewhat random manner.
I know. Luna is amazing like that.
Who?
Luna?
You named the cloak.
She saved my ass several times.
And gave it a gender.
Also, she's very random and sporadic. So I imagine someone's...
Also tells you that it's able to manipulate. It's able to manipulate time. It's able to hasten up your movements at times.
Oh yeah, I got that one. Also got a...
Also, you're familiar that it seems to have unregistered amounts of ability to command several tons of craft.
Oh, I know. It's,
What about the whole like vampire?
It's kind of killing me trying not to take over the ship right now.
He's like, Also, he tells you that there are several facets of the cloak representing the different types of helms that are in existence. One could assume that it is the font that created all the types of helms that exist, or it can adapt to any type of helm it's come in contact with.
Also, Lily wants to point out the vampiric version.
That would be the equivalent of the life helms.
No, I mean the cake being a vampire.
It's sucking their life force for power.
That would,
helm.
I was about to say that would be if you've got it set on that. He does believe that's the skulls.
Yeah, you
Which is the
recharge
life
the power
helm.
of the cape.
Yeah, which is basically pulling onto the negative material plane. If you were an undead creature, you could just fuel the cape that way too.
Huh.
Question.
But it does not teleport. So him telling you about the cape, he's almost the one to say, why don't you tell me about the cape? He does know it has taken on certain key abilities based on its holder in the past. The Void Elves seem to have the longest history with the cloak showing up in their lineage. And a lot of their abilities were able to see the pathways through the stars easily as they can see into the ultraviolet range of vision, as well as sometimes being able to forge pathways themselves.
Huh. Really? That's amazing. I nudge War because I know he's making a face.
I'm gonna whisper. Can't you do that?
Yes, shut up. Stop making things obvious. Alright?
I'm sorry.
Maybe this was a bad choice for you.
And all he wants to do is come full circle, secure this world, and if you have no future plans of taking the Spelljammer, to help secure at least one of the artifacts, and you would then continually secure the other artifact with you. And then the third artifact would be the one... Basically, if we can't get them together, let's keep them apart.
But she's my friend.
Well, you would
But
be
she's
sticking
not
with
giving
yours. No, I was about to say, you know what I mean? You continue on your path, your quest with the cloak. The orb we can lock down and put away somewhere. Lily, you're in the room when he says that.
No. I don't think you understood. She will murder you.
At this point, you just get to an hour later, you've got the MPs on board. So, and there's like blood and golden scales everywhere, and you just see her just covered in blood, breathing heavy. So she took out this ancient worm, you say, by shoving what up his where? And it released 100 spirits?
Get it from my father's side, clearly.
So, but no, he does mention the idea of locking it down back on the planet where it'd be safe.
Well, we know where Lily will be camping out.
Huh.
My new home!
I wonder why I've never just tried to teleport to the thing I was feeling out there. Huh.
Should we tell him now?
Come on, we're talking about my orb here.
Right. The toga
Get with
cream
it.
spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
What
were
would
safely
happen if-
housed in that orb.
What would
They
happen
were.
if they weren't?
What?
You guys naturally feel the environment change. You know that kind of cold chill you get down the back of your neck when something's not right? He emanates that out.
Does Luna go active?
And suddenly,
Okay.
time slows down. Worst part is, he actually isn't speed up. You just see him going. He went the reverse in here. Okay. I bet you he thinks he's really fast right now. Woo, look at us. Woo, we must be looking like blurs to him right now. Sorry. All right. But you get that chill. What? And he actually stands up from his chair, and that little book that was just kind of floating there, it just and it just kind of just flies back to this thing.
For the record, I said we shouldn't.
I can even see you sidestep a bit away from the rest of the group when you say that, War. Sorry. Wow.
For the record, if we hadn't, the cape would be in someone else's hands by
now. He asks if you guys can see yourselves out. You just ended the conversation.
Well, there goes making a new friend.
Well, I
still
mean-
might be. You're the one who let him out.
Yeah, you're the one that let
I'm
out
fine.
the bugs. You didn't want to have the bugs in your orb.
I don't know nothing about no bugs and orbs.
We didn't tell you that story?
No, that one kind of slipped.
Boys!
Lily, it's fine. You know we're just teasing you.
No, but... Dragon.
Okay, so fun fact about dragons. That dragon's gonna die soon.
Get over grudges real easily?
They keep grudges
not even-
until they die, but he's gonna die soon.
Yeah, they do when they die soon. That's how it works.
So I've got to kill him. Then he'll like me. Sorry. I just pictured the chibi version of her again. You know, with the big eyes and the dig knife. Sorry. I still have to do a chibi version of the crew, you know.
It would be cute. And Igor. Igor needs to be part of that, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, and Chibi Elf. I love it so much.
All right, so yeah, he does ask you guys out of the room, and that kind of ends the conversation that he's now realized that threat. With that being said, you guys want to take a 5-10 minute break now? How are you guys feeling?
Yes, dinner is done, I think. By the smell, I think it's done.
No problem. So what are we looking at? 10 minutes? 15? What do
10
you guys
minutes.
think? 10 good?
10's good here.
10 after the hour currently, so we will come back at 20 after the hour, everybody. And let me just try and get everything back up and running here. All right, everybody. We are now just coming back. And Siren is still away, but nope, she's just popping herself back down there. There we go. And that wasn't a smooth fade. I clicked the wrong button, but we're back. So let's do a quick recap. We had emotional mother-son moment. We ended the battle with the Lich, who's left... His citadel is left in shatters as the main core is teleported away. And, well, I don't know, Rezi. We'll have to check the webcams later. Alright, so, we've also found out the old gold dragon that was War's boss, mentor, the original overseer, has been reunited, and just found out that they let loose the Thokatrine, and left the room, kind of leaving them there. During that couple of weeks of travel in the slipstream, though, there was some positive moments. Captain Fred told you guys how he had started off showing up in town, and he got himself a pretty good ship. And then shortly after, Morgan did contact him again, because remember, technically, he did work for Morgan, and he failed. That's how you guys got a hold of him. And the fact that he got a ship, he got him contacts with this helm that got him into the stars, and then we started this grand old quest to look for you guys. And he tells you some of the adventures he had, and he mentions this one port that you guys had happened to be in just a few weeks. Oh yeah, that place, yeah, the price of lavender was just amazing there for some reason. I mean, the place smelled of it was like the new scent for that place. I mean, it was really good. But other than that, he's lived up, and he's got a bunch of money that he's put aside for you guys. He actually, with some of the money, has turned it back, and he actually owns a fishing fleet in Oyster Bay that's constantly raking in money. So if you guys wanted to retire, he'd probably set that all up for you, all with a chunk of money you give him. He's invested and grown, and he's so happy because he feels so much happier on the open seas, stars. Now, he really misses just being on the seas. Like, when this is all done, he'll probably give his son, he got married, he had a kid. No. All this in 6 months? Wow, no. But no, he's thinking about, he'll retire back to being a sea captain. He liked the feel of the brine and the sea against his face. Out here, it's just boring. I mean, it's like,
I'm sure you could pay for a simulation.
It's not the same. And I mean, after you fly in the stars, it just starts feeling like you're sailing around in some stale locker. If you think about it, right? The air, after a while, you get used to that air bubble smell.
I don't actually have to worry about that.
Oh, man, really?
Neither do I.
Ah.
I figure you're just like a robot or something, right? So anyways, but...
Excuse me?
He's a slave. Fun fact.
Excuse me?
And that's how that conversation went sour. Does anybody talk to Morgan?
Oh, I'm definitely there when she has Alphonse tell him.
So you're going to have
Alphonse break the news.
Okay, so first off, how do you tell Alphonse? I've met so many other Warforges. This has been quite good. Did you know that there's a whole elite group of Warforges on board the Marshal's ship? And they are Star Rangers. They are part of the Rangers as well. I was thinking I might take some training under them.
Alphonse.
Yes?
I need you to do me something, because you're so good at delivering hard news.
Oh, I try my best.
Go tell Morgan he's my dad.
It's not Jester's Week. Are you going to surprise him before the actual Jester's Week? Or are you serious?
Don't say that to him.
Wait.
Go tell him.
Is he really your father?
Just go tell him.
But that time in your tent.
Just go tell him.
All right. Why are you following me, Wind?
I'm following too.
So Alphonse is leaving, and there's this little entourage.
Buddy Alphonse.
So I was thinking Wind might have come up to Tom and say, "Hey, can you turn me invisible so I can,
Oh no!
I don't care.
I don't want him to know that I'm there when he finds out.
So Igor's following you guys.
No.
No.
All right, then fine. Here, He holds up a small little, you know those chalk tablets?
Here with me.
It's a small little chalk tablet that's got a little magic rune on it. All he asks you to do, at the moment he realizes, hold this up towards his face and press the rune.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, what's the worst that can happen?
Oh my god, don't do it.
What's the worst that can happen? Dies. What? How is that the worst thing that happens?
100% execute everything properly.
Alright, so, Morgan, this is probably the same time you've been talking to good old Captain Fred, because, Morgan has been on Captain. He is the patron, not the fact that he has his own website, you can give him money monthly. No, he's actually an old patron of the ship. He's the person that, helps look after the helm and all that. The other ships are all owned by Frederick. He owns those, but this, because the helm he hasn't really paid back for, it's technically, in the hands of that guy. But, so, he's just up there, and Alphonse kind of walks up. Hey, I've got a message for you. And Morgan just kind of pauses. Okay. Apparently, you are Lucifona's father. Oh. Who? Lily? Alright, that's kind of that. Yeah, sure. No, that's apparently the truth. I'm not armed with any more information to make that valid, but that's what she told me to tell you, because she couldn't tell you so.
You're a lumberjack?
At that point, he was a lumberjack.
Uh-huh.
And you got repositioned for some reason that you didn't know?
At this point, you just hear the sound of chalk moving fast, and it's like a relief drawing of his face at that moment on the little chalk tablet. But it's in reverse, so it's like white with a chalk.
Oh, I love it.
But no.
Wait a second. What was that face there?
That was the face of... Too creepy.
How's that night in the tent?
You're not serious. And then he mentions, basically he mentions the lady's name. The last name eludes me right now, but Rabbit, Wind does know Lily's last name, and he's heard it at least once, or that, and he says the same last name.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
I'm just going to. Any message you'd like me to take back to her? Not at this. I'm just going to go. And he just kind of leaves the room.
All those thoughts, Morgan. Yuck.
That was fun.
So, that means she's open game? Comes from Quint.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah,
Quint, if you got the game, go for it.
At the point.
Not the game.
Alright.
Quint.
Little gnome.
Quint.
No. By the way, he hasn't been that cheerful. Ever since, sadly, Quint has been quiet and very withdrawn, because he still hasn't got his dead wife back. And her soul is being captured of some sort, and that's what that lich knew about. But he has got nobody with the right skills.
We gotta go get that lynch anyways. Let's go save Quentin's wife.
Well, Quint, we've had this conversation. You went about this the wrong way, so now it's harder to help you.
He understands. He fully understands. He does.
I want to
We'll get
help
there.
him.
First, save your wife. Whether you get her back or is another question altogether. But she will be saved.
At this point, you guys are now emerging. Everyone's announcing, get their ship captains ready. They've been harnessed, in a way speaking, when you're doing fleet maneuvers in this kind of universe. The ship that's the lead ship, everyone else is kind of floating with that ship. And when they're going to break out of the slipstream, it's the equivalent of you've been literally flying in. If you ever do race car driving or whatever, you're flying in just behind the craft, and effectively you're all going to take control of your ships as it breaks, as you guys are going to be breaking out of the slipstream back into your original solar system, which you guys have not seen for months. And at this point, the ships all start emerging. And as the giant cat ship emerges, there's a shimmering effect, and the entire ship goes invisible. And then you see several other ships start going invisible.
Why don't I have one of these ships? You guys got climbing things, you got scratching posts, you can turn invisible. Gosh, Mom, you could have at least gotten me one for my birthday.
For all 19 of them that you missed.
You know what? I just pictured you've got a guard that's been assigned to your ship, so if you have any questions, he can look after it. And it was that guard that was talking with War. For some reason, since you were so chatty with them anyways, you might as well be the one assigned to a ship. Okay. Ooh, don't take it out of me. Your family relations aren't my problems. Get off! Okay, all right, bye.
I mean, his family problems are far less.
We have to say...
Our family problems are a joke compared to somebody else's family problems.
Or that one moment where they're passing, they just happen to be passing in the same hall, and they're both like, hey.
Ooh, was I there for that?
No, unfortunately you weren't.
Sad.
So the kobold asks, how was it? How was it? The picture? The slate? The Insta slate?
I'm sorry, I'm keeping it.
Can I see this picture?
Can I see it at least?
Sure, I showed both of them.
Oh, good one! That was your first take, too. Pretty good. You used rule of thirds and everything. Pretty good.
Pretty fancy.
Wait, where'd you learn this?
Dark elf Sephiroth looking guy.
And if you want, though, I could put there's this giant slate book where everyone can put their pictures in and everyone can see it.
Oh, Igor.
No.
I'm gonna hug him so hard right now.
Nah, it's just you see the kobolds are smart. They can know. Yeah, it's a slate book. Everyone puts their little updates in there and everything. But all they do is post pictures of food. So stupid. Continues walking. All right. So with that being said, you guys are breaking out. Some of the fleet has gone invisible. The gift-based fleet, by the way, Lily, that was a new species. I think Sheila Bobby probably spent some time with a gift. The 9-foot-tall hippo people.
Yeah.
They were also people to hang around with. They are very Victorian and traditional and proper and noble in their disposition. So them and Alphonse get along well. For them, their rank is important.
Alphonse. I don't think he's proper at all.
But also for them, their entire name is part of their rank. So they might say 1st Sergeant, 3rd Platoon of the 5th rank of the... And that's their whole title. They love titles almost as bad as the Hobgoblins do, but not as complex.
At least this guy's just 1st Spear.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's all we need. It's like, if you spend half the battle telling your position, you're dead.
That's a valid argument.
As you guys are approaching, though, Wind, is your ship under your control at this moment, or is it still going to be on kinetic drive with a forge instead as you approach?
Kinetic.
Gotcha. So you're ready to jump on if need be.
Right.
Yeah. All right. You are aware of a lot of engines. Like you've gotten used to the sense of magic. Basically, the magic from all the engines, you can sense them in a way.
More
right?
so than just the fleet.
Correct. Ahead of you, for some reason, you seem to be sensing it as there is a web of engines around the planet. They're not clustered all together in one area, but there's like one, and then almost equally apart there's another one and another one, as they've basically got watchtowers around the planet for any type of approaching craft.
I'm gonna send a message to the flagship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit new at this compared to all of you people, but I think there's a detection grid.
They do, yeah. Basically, they are aware of that. They probably would have discussed this. You're going to basically be flying with the one Clipper fleet, which has Captain Fred in amongst it, but it also has some of the GIF ships, which are the giant Clipper and the giant Great Bombard ships, because they are the more blunt instruments, in a way of speaking. They're not as stealthy and sneaky. You are flying with them, and And what we're going to be looking at doing is punching 2 holes. One's going to be a blatant, obvious hit, and the other one is going to be trying to be on the other side, so they're going to do like a pincer move towards one of the main targets. We've got intel that we have to pick up, on which we're hoping to do so on the moon of the planet, on whereabouts the throne room is, because the quickest way to stop this is not to fight war upon war, is to take down the Great Kakan.
I'm sorry. There's a throne room on the moon?
No. There's somebody with intel on where they've put the throne room on your world. As far as we know, the main kingdom that you are a part of is the one that has been taken over, and the secondary kingdoms that existed on your world have not gotten themselves involved, or if they have, they've become subject states of the empire, or the Khanate, as they call it.
All right.
We do have resistance in one of the kingdoms, one of the Elven kingdoms. We do have some of their resistance elements in there because they did not submit. And we've got basically a reconnaissance from the Elven Armada that will be meeting us on the moon. They are allies with us. We also got allies with the Void Elves that we'll be meeting up with as well.
Does one of them look like Sephiroth?
There was a commanding officer.
I'm ready to move on, guys. I need a rebound real bad, okay? I need to get over my
So, fun fact, you would think that this would make you want to slow down with who you slept with.
Fun fact.
I can't be related to a Void Elf. There's not any Void Elf.
Elvizyar Kali. Commander Elvizyar Kali. That is the guy's name. I had to take a look at my NPC notes. He was basically, effectively, from what his report was, he had gotten tied up with trying to retrieve the cloak, thinking it was more of a tactical advantage, and let the enemy slip by, so he is actually being court-martialed and reduced of rank. So he is not in charge. He may be among the ships, but he is no longer the commanding officer for this area. He's not too sure. They're not too sure after his marshalling where they positioned him or what they did to him afterwards. That is still their politics, but he is no longer the commanding officer for this region.
I mean, while he was commanding officer of this region, he chased me all over the universe?
Effectively, yeah, and let this planet fall.
Oh, I'm going to murder that man now.
Right? Maybe scratch.
That's not a surprise. You seem to want to murder all of Lily's love interests.
Huh. Weird.
She's just attracted to the wrong type of guys.
I can't tell if you're being protective or jealous, or if she just has poor choice in mind.
Maybe he's got a thing for her.
I think I'm going to go with the third one.
That you got a thing for her?
No,
That's
that
the
was,
fourth
that was
one.
the fourth one.
Oh.
The third thing was
Igor,
that she has poor
learn to
choice.
count.
I can count. Don't need to count.
Two?
You're ruler of an empire.
No, you won't be ruler of an empire because there's no empire to rule.
What
My
happens
kobolds!
What if
That's
we
a
get
tribe.
down there and they're? What if we get down there and they're dead?
Who?
The kobolds.
No.
Then Igor will be sad, and he'll be king of nothing.
Like Metallica.
He'll
once
have
sung.
an empire of dirt.
Like Trent Reznor once said. We had Metallica, got Trent Reznor. Come on, Wind, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, we'll just turn the page.
Oh. All right. So, sir. This is Ruckus. I'm sorry. I should see it. Sir, I do have a suggestion.
Yes?
You are in a position to outright challenge Magazia. to a fair fight.
Am I?
Yes, you took down the first
This is gonna
Kakan.
end really awkwardly.
She took his position, even though you were not of hobgoblin blood. If you say she took that position without your champion's investment, she does not hold that title properly. Which would
Let's
allow
do that.
you single combat.
Oh, let's do that then.
Igor, no throwing rocks at people this time.
Yeah, as soon as I threw that one rock, you were in there. You were like,
You broke single combat.
But you wanted me to do that.
I didn't say that.
I never admitted that. No. But again, you'd have to find out where she is and all that. So.
I just imagine I could, do a general broadcast.
So, do you want to try and do a general broadcast? Or would you
No,
like to
that seems-
confer with everyone else in the Armada?
Seems kind of foolish. I will send a private message to my mother and see what she thinks. Although I'm pretty sure that I want to follow this course of action.
I don't really care what she
I
thinks.
think
I just want to know what she thinks.
Baxi, being the Khanate, the Kakan of the Khanate, is kind of...
Technically, you can never be the Kakan, but you can choose the next Kakan.
Oh, cool.
You can make your first beer the Kakan.
Yes. We've discussed that.
Sir, at that point, I would
Hey,
best...
hey. If I chose you for such an honor, you would accept it.
I would. But he tells you that you could do trials by combat and have the best people fight amongst you, so you could choose the one.
Right, but I like you.
Popcorn at this event.
There's popcorn at this event.
Asking for
There-
a friend.
I mean,
Also,
we could have this sort of event, and you could have popcorns, whether we do it for that reason or not. I mean, it's...
Okay.
The other thing is,
Popcorn.
if he
Popcorn.
does prove himself weak, then he could be replaced by another Khan that challenges him.
And then we'll just kick his
Right,
ass.
but I'll be your champion.
So, the message
Somebody-
to your mom, absolutely not. If you were to lose that, then the Khanate would have access to your cloak.
I'll fight him.
She thought I was asking.
But no, you that was the message. Absolutely not. It would be tactically, and at that point, you got the guard that's now on your ship. I bet she's just saying that because that's her son. Just saying,
She doesn't have much faith in you if she thinks that's a possibility.
Well, technically speaking, that cloak is tactically, a big advantage. I mean, what happens if they do not play fair? At that point, Ruckus would be like saying, this is a hobgoblin. It's our nature. If we give our word, and no kobold throws a rock into the environment, hey, it was just the one time!
Won't be there.
I'll be there.
Igor won't be there.
Or
If you
will
throw
I?
a rock, you will become a hog farmer's slave.
Why would I want to throw a rock?
Why would I want to be a
You're
warforged?
getting my point. Igor,
Igor leaves.
you're not coming.
Igor leaves
I
before
think Lug
war
got this
clicks
one.
into that.
No,
You got-
I'm
So,
I'm lawful. I
Morgan.
listen to the rules.
Sorry, what?
Morgan,
Oh, you missed
Yeah.
Igor's comment.
I can't believe I'm asking you for a favor.
he owes us.
Sorry.
Oh! What was his expression when she said that?
She owes us. Yeah. Oh, the picture's just you're standing there talking to him, and then another one of these slates. Click.
Dude, we're gonna have gallery of faces.
It'll almost be a book of faces.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Deadpool says hi.
Yeah.
So Morgan, how do we get in communication with someone who is probably on the phone?
Sorry, get a communication with.
Huh?
You said you missed that. Sorry.
How do we get in communication with someone on the planet? A particular person. A person of power. Who has power unhonorably.
He's got a bunch of stones. But a lot of his contacts have gone dry since the war. He could try and sniff around, see what he's got. What type of sniffing around do you want?
Well, I'd like to issue a ruckus. I issue a challenge?
Yes.
I need to issue
He actually gets you the wording, the Hobgoblin Code and blah, blah, blah. He gives you that nice little spiel that it was an unjust Khanate choice. It was not your choice, and you were the champion. You must have at least 3 people that can vouch for you.
I was there.
1, 2,
And
3,
he was there.
4, 5, and her.
And sadly, you've got one Hobgoblin that can confer it, which is the most important, no offense to everyone else. Because he was the second officer of that ship at that time. So he basically gives the stuff that can be said. Whoa. So your idea is to go down there, challenge the big Khan, who's some chick, to... Wait. Is the Khan the same one that was hanging around you?
Yep.
That you rescued?
Yep.
Isn't that a weird twist of fate? I'm sorry.
Sleep with my daughter.
Ow! Anyways, so fine. He can try and get contacts, but this elf that they're meeting might be the best lead on the throne because a lot of his contacts are really used up or dead, sadly. He can try, but he has to be close to the planet.
How close?
I'll be honest, probably the moon. I haven't really tested the main
So we
limits
gotta
of
go to
these
the moon
stones.
anyways.
Pardon?
So we gotta go to the moon anyways.
Mm-hmm. That's what
So
he's saying. So as
You
they're
guys
doing their
think I
yappy
should
yap.
tell my mom that I wasn't actually asking for permission?
Sorry, what was that again? You say you didn't say?
I mean,
I don't say this to Morgan, I say it to everybody else. Do you think I should actually tell my mother that I wasn't asking for permission and more of stating what I was planning to do?
You want a tip from Morgan? You never. It's easier.
No, I'm not talking to Morgan anymore.
Oh, all right, fine. This is my field.
All right,
it's
fine.
better
Morgan.
to ask for forgiveness
Than it is to ask for permission.
than to ask for permission.
I wasn't asking permission.
I know, but
If you're about to backstab someone, you don't go, I'm sneaking up behind you.
I mean, I'm not going to backstab my mother.
not like he was gonna backstab Lily.
Oh!
Meanwhile, Alphonse is just like, I don't get it. I think we've lost Puma. He's going this beautiful red shade. There's just the
I saw
hand.
it opening. I had to.
So did he.
That doesn't make it any better.
I snorted. It's game over, everybody. Thank you for watching. Okay.
How are you gonna recover from
So. And that was Siren right there, ladies and gentlemen. So,
I actually imagine that that's exactly what just happened in the room.
yes, sadly. Alphonse is still lost.
Oh, it's alright, Alphonse. Maybe one day you'll understand.
I don't think anyone ever wants to understand what's going on. No! Nope, no.
Alright, so yes, it's up to you whether or not you're going to say I wasn't asking permission. He's not going to be able to get any intel, but at the same time, as soon as your mom's finding out, he'll know in a matter of moments the information she finds out.
Alright then.
So I can let you know where the throne room is, which, if I don't have a contact, we're going to know where the throne room is at the same time that they're going to know. Hugs and stones, you guys are quite familiar with my routine.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna take War to a different room.
You're on board, by the way, for this conversation, you're on board the old galleon type ship, the old rickety galleon
So I'm
type
still
ship.
taking War into a different room without people in it, looking for listening devices.
Tucked in my metal again.
Yes, I'm checking there too. Do you want me to do a search?
No, it's been pretty good. You
Right.
know.
Can I teleport to the planet's surface? Can we teleport to the planet's surface? Do you think we could do that?
Are you saying this to War?
Yes, me and War in a room just by ourselves.
I mean,
I didn't want it to be super suspicious and take everyone.
I don't know what your cloak can do, but we teleported a whole ship, so I don't see why not.
Right? You think we all have to hold hands or something?
I mean, we didn't when we were on the ship.
No, but I was touching the ship. And the ship was touching everyone.
Do you really want to hold hands that bad?
I want to hold hands.
Sorry, the comment felt needed with the whole debacle in there.
Cool. So we'll have that be our plan.
So we're gonna go and
So for the record, he's about to activate an ability that he doesn't know how he activated in the first place. To go to a place he doesn't know. I can't see that going wrong.
No, not immediately. We're gonna find out where they're at first. Also, then we don't have to figure out how to get through the detection field because we're through it.
And so let's just add one extra little layer. Thomas, this has been all exciting and all, but as they've been talking, and right now there's the awkward silence as both Wind and Moore left the room, leaving Morgan and Lily with awkward silences. Neither one of them's really talking to each other at this moment. And Alphonse has got the dumb going on through his head. And all Igor's doing is standing there with the slate ready. So, that being said, you see a glow. Outside the port window, this nice warm glow. And it seems to get brighter. Now, these people are just talking and whatever, but no one else seems to notice this bright light that's getting brighter at the side. You know, it's getting pretty bright. It's causing some rays of light to come through the window, and they're still casually chatting, and Alphonse is still trying to understand stuff, and Kavina is just standing there too. Looks a little distant today.
We must have run out of cookies.
Pie's doing little toe crunches in the corner. Light just seems to feel warm and comforting. It's almost like a familiar warmth, like inside you. Are you with us, Thomas?
Yeah.
Give us a sign. So this warmth, this encompassing warmth, seems to be calling to you from a window.
Okay. I'm like, is anyone else noticing this?
Igor, the very complex awkwardness between these two people all the time. No.
Nobody's seeing this light coming this way.
Where's the light? At this point, you got the Rohi type looking. All right, and boom, glances over to Lily. Lily, can you detect magic?
Should I maybe roll to see if I can?
Yeah, I just don't want to burn the spell.
I mean, I am distracted.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't see a light. Do you see a light? I'm not seeing a light yet. Is this another joke? A metaphor? I'm still stuck on the other one. Alphonse is saying.
So why is all the... I'm a little concerned.
Oh, you're a little quiet there for some reason, Siren.
Probably if I stop screaming.
Because I do believe you have Detect Magic as a spell, or you can take 10 minutes to just do it as a ritual. But in this case, you might want to cast it and burn a spell.
Isn't Detect Magic a cantrip?
Oh yeah, it is 5th edition, isn't it? Is it?
I don't think it is for me. Hold on.
I don't have Detect Magic myself, so...
But you're a sorcerer, so...
It's a level 1, yeah.
Alright. I
You're
would
a
like
sorcerer, and you also have that robe thingy.
You have a rope thingy?
He's got the
He has
robe
a
of eyes.
That lets him see everything.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna detect some magic up in here.
You got it. Well, besides the fact that Morgan, Alphonse, yourself, Thomas, the people next door all radiate magic from the gear and equipment on them, you're also picking up what looks like more of a divine magic in the direction that Thomas seems to be focused. It's more of a divination school of magic, and it's very bright and powerful that you're seeing, but it's not visual to the normal eye.
Oh,
Do I know anything about what would cause
it's
that?
magic.
A divine being, a powerful demigod,
Like a lich?
could be, if they were using.
Good, that bitch owes me a fucking rod.
Okay, wrong type of power.
Yeah, I would say liches are the opposite of the divine.
Well, if he's doing a divination, he's using that sphere. You know, it's
The
like,
spell is divination, not the creature.
Right, but he said it was exuding warmth.
yeah. You don't know
It
the
came
warmth
from the
feeling.
lich.
What do I know about something that exudes some warmth?
So, meanwhile, Morgan's like, touches you. Then he's that awkward moment that he just touched you. But then he just
You
says,
don't touch me.
"I'm sorry." It's just, no, it's just, do you see something?
Me? Do I see something? No, I just detect it. Am I supposed to see
I mean, he asked you, is there something there?
Yeah.
All right, Thomas, describe it. Is it somebody trying to spy on us?
I don't think so. It feels just like a warmth, relaxing, light that's coming towards us. Almost
Igor
like
grabs your ankle.
directly-
Don't go towards the light! Don't stay with us! Stay with us! You make good cookies! Don't go towards the light!
It's coming towards me.
Well, Igor gets away from you then. I'm sorry. I ain't going. I'm just saying. There's plans for this guy here. Okay, go with it. At this point, instinctively, Morgan goes for a dagger, but he gets... do you have any type of counterspell? Do you have anything, protection from evil, in case it's not as nice as you think it is? Then he looks to you. Do you have protection from any evils and stuff like that memorized?
I don't.
No, I think we fought.
By the way, wind, war?
We just...
There's odd quiet coming from next door.
Ooh, I'm going to use this opportunity to throw a dart at Morgan.
Throw a what?
A dart at Morgan.
You're in a different room right now.
I know, it's quiet,
Throws
so I'm
it
going to
hard
crack the
enough.
door and throw a dart at Morgan.
Door won't open.
Well, that's awkward. Is this
Huh.
normal?
It feels like it's locked.
From the inside?
Nope, this is just wind. Wind, you went to open the door to get the dart, you're still playing with the doorknob. It's moving, but the door's not budging.
I push.
Alright.
No, I mean, I push.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, inside this room, there's not even a budging of the door, so you have no idea someone's at the door. This light is getting closer. You know what your current strength is, right? And you can't budge the door. You know what your current strength is with all your gear. I'm just saying, and you can't.
I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I said I push.
Yep. And you're pushing, and you're not even getting the buckle.
War.
Ugnut, you might want to unmute
Yeah.
that.
We have a problem.
So, meanwhile,
Is it a problem where that we can't teleport out of?
well, it'd be a good
I don't know.
time to learn how to teleport
Right.
now, wouldn't it?
I'm going to concentrate on teleporting.
All right.
If I see a concentration, I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder because I don't know if we need to be touching him.
Right.
And it could be support as well.
Right.
All right, so warmth is now getting closer to you. And people in the room freeze. Lily's kind of still got that look. Alphonse is sadly frozen like this. And you just see a shimmering form come through the wall. It seems to be androgynous. There's no distinct curves of a woman or strong build of a man, but it seems to be a humanoid shape. that just kind of floats towards you. It just seems to be a calm feeling, a very relaxed feeling. You know, nymphs and dryads and certain creatures can create this and still be bad to you, but you feel ease and calm. It feels like the same when you pray and, when you meditate and pull in, it feels like the same source you're pulling from. But throughout all the spheres you've been through, you've never had proper contact. Your deity is one that it's because it's connected to you via your celestial bloodline. You're always connected. Some priests have to reconnect with a deity in every system. Like basically if they had a god of war, they get to a new system, they have to attune to the god of war in this system, etc. Yours, like another one, an Egyptian god by the name of Ta, who's the creator of the space thing, he exists throughout the system. And because it's in your bloodline, you've always got a connection to yours. But somehow it feels like here you're connecting without the need for your bloodline.
Okay.
You're home. Your ancestral home. Not necessarily your birth home, but your ancestral home.
Right. My bloodline home comes from here.
She tells you the voice is more feminine at this point. Like, as soon as you get the voice, it's more of a feminine voice that comes to you and tells you that time is of the essence. These petty qualms, she's a lot more better than the DM is at this moment. These little petty quarrels mean nothing as the harvest is coming. The swarm approaches.
Oh goddamn! This is not the swarm I let out.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
We need united troops against what
comes. Are you
comes.
referring to the bug souls?
Yes. She says that you know it as the basically they have been called the Tau, the Tokatrine, but she knew them as their ancient name, the Nexels.
Nexlabane!
I'm like, honey, we going to war.
I sense something. What you talking about, this tree and shit? Those are Nexels. You know what I am? Nexlbane.
I get to play with my friend.
So, she's telling you that they are
careful. Last time you played with a friend.
It was your father!
This is just a never-ending joke.
I'm never gonna do this now.
At least we forgot about the butt hair.
No one ever forgets about the butt hair.
Oh, and the poison ivy. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know about poison ivy. I was still on shrooms at that point, guys.
That is true.
Tell the spirit.
My mentality was compromised.
I will inform my friends and we will be ready.
And at that point, she just fades. And everyone else is a little confused. And then there's a huge slamming noise. Chunks of wood go flying. Wind goes through the room, smashes through the wall into the next room. War, you're standing there holding on to his shoulder, and he's just gone. Well, that was interesting.
I figured I would be able to hold him in place if he were to start going flying.
No,
I'm just as strong as he is.
No, I just realized he was trying to teleport at the time, not pushing through the door, because that was all that strength suddenly catching up with him. But no, so at that point you're just running at the door. By the way, War, he tried the door. He pushed against the door. It didn't work. Do you try the door?
Well,
because he's concentrating so far, it's not teleporting. It's not working.
Teleporting's not working?
Yep.
I'm gonna push the door.
Yep, it opens.
I don't know what your problem is.
Dude, you saw me struggle with the door.
I don't know why. We're wearing the same
I will
type
punch
of belt. We're wearing the same belt. How can that be?
Okay, this is the conversation just outside as the door opens.
Wind, War, stop the bickering. I got a message.
I'm gonna break the door.
All right.
It's already open.
No. I break the door anyways while listening. To
Okay, so he's having a rage moment, ripping the door. Morgan's a little confused. He is listening to you, Thomas, but apparently Wind's taking it out on the door.
The message was all these piddly quarrels need to stop. We have a big threat coming.
I swear to God, if it's those bug things again.
The bug things are coming.
All right.
I told you not to let them out.
So I guess that means we're gonna do a general broadcast.
Now,
We need an army.
now just hear me out though. I heard that they're called Nexels. Is their ancient name? Does that mean anything to anyone?
That's true, because
Don't
you
we
don't
have a
know.
Nexelbane that's being used by a caster?
Me. I have a friend.
You have a friend.
It's a cursed blade.
I have a friend.
Cursed blade.
Friend.
That's your
Apparently we
curse
don't count.
word.
Only her sword is a friend.
I think you are the curse to the blade at this point.
No! She's not the bane of
We
Nexelbane.
say a cursed blade. We mean the blade is cursed by me, not like.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cursed blade.
The blade is definitely cursed.
You curse
It
take me
keeps
from
try- it gives suggestions to get away.
I told him I'd throw him into Mordor if he tried to leave me.
I would
You're
take
gonna
that.
throw him into
I mean,
Mordor?
Lily, I
Not
do
to,
have
but
remove
just
curse.
Just
where
throw
I
the blade into Mordor.
The sword's already asking, remove curse on me.
The sword is asking for the sweet release of death.
I do have the spell
Just
remove
burn
curse.
me in the flames of Mordor. Get me away from this crazy bitch.
She doesn't want the curse removed. She wants to keep her friend.
Okay.
Yes, but if we were fighting these things, I'd rather that's in a hand of somebody that can use it.
Alright, so
Here, I love my sword.
I unfortunately don't have another slot.
Neither do I.
I'm sorry, I love that. To be fair, is that why they called it Mordor? It had a very big door. Morgate just doesn't sound right. It's a good point, yeah.
Mordor!
I mean, I could.
Door.
I
Oh,
could.
no.
Alright, so first Spear Ruckus.
Yes. I'm not on the
How-
ship right now. Sorry. So do you leave this one? Morgan's like, okay, so what's Nexels, the insect things?
Yep, I'm gone. He can talk to them all they want.
All right, cool. So you're heading back to your ship.
Yeah.
Anyone is following him, staying here? What's going
I'm
on?
going with wind.
I'm going with wind.
All right.
Always with wind.
Morgan's going to let you know. As soon as he knows, though, about... He'll let you know. If you want. He offers a sending stone.
Is it a listening stone
It's
or
one
a
of the
sending?
listening stones.
Huh?
He's offering... Before you're leaving, he offers you a sending stone. So as soon as he has the information, he can tell you. Because,
I
you
don't
know...
if-
What?
So is this a real one, or is it one of those
Yes,
ones?
it's a real one. Okay.
Alright then. Hey, let's
I
be
know,
realistic
I know.
here.
I know. I got you. We got trust issues.
I wonder why.
And as soon as you leave, you know he's turning around to Quint. He asked me for a favor. Yes. Sorry, I mean, good.
Excited that I asked him for a favor? Alright then.
Well, yeah. He said I owed it to him, but no, he actually asked my help. Oh, yes, finally. All right.
It's the second time I've asked for his help. Alright, so...
Yeah.
I asked for Spear Ruckus how we send a general message to the planet informing Magazia of our challenge. Because we no longer have the time to wait.
Approach the tower, and then tell if there are towers afloat around the world. Fly to a tower. Don't hide yourself. Announce yourself, and the tower will then send the information. How it's interpreted. Whether she should take the honorable challenge. He is not strong in the mystical arts. He does not know how to communicate vast distances, especially off of a planet. All he knows is the wizards love to say, is it in this plane of existence? And that's all I've got to go on.
What are the odds that she'll accept?
How do you know her? Was she one of her word?
Yeah.
If she is lawful in her nature, Deadpool's sitting around the corner and almost breaking the wall. Then yes, she should take the challenge seriously. And also if she does not consider you a threat. That being said, she also knows you have the cloak, which is a great advantage to her if she can get it. So it would be a win-win for her.
If she won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I look at everybody, especially War, and I say, I think we have to chance it.
And then if you go down, we're fucked.
Except
But
Lily's going to stay here with the orb.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And at this point, the first spear goes. We might be able to use this as a tactical advantage if your ship is coming down for the challenge and they let you in. We could look at maybe teleporting Lily and someone else as not a small team to try and get back to the old forge room and activate the sphere.
How do we teleport though?
We got wizards, right? I'm sorry, that's all Ruckus says. We got
All right,
wizards.
yeah.
We got wizards, right?
Okay, so
They do that stuff, don't they? And you guys got flying carpets and flying boats and flying shoes and flying cloaks.
he's right.
You just drop them in the clouds and they can fly there.
Right. So I'm going to move out of. Ruckus, move us to.
So you want us to
Tower.
fly casual? Is that what you're telling?
Yes. We're also going to send a message to my mother. All it's going to say is, I'm sorry.
I know, from Thundercats. Cool. Wind is a white tiger tabaxi monk. Tabaxi is the cat race of 5th edition. And they actually came from Forgotten Realms and the Jungle Lands way originally. But yeah. So yeah. You can. He wants him to fly casual, but don't look like you're flying casual. Yeah. And all Ruckus can say is, I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this.
Seems appropriate.
Yes. So you guys start shifting. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on Morgan's ship. All right. Do we have any intel yet? They're meeting. Yes, they're meeting. Come on, hurry. Oh shit. His ship. He's moving. Move our ship to put it in position between their ship and the command ship, so we're blocking the line of sight. You got it. And Morgan gets the galleon to gotta move to block the line of sight from what you're doing as you're starting to drift away.
Your dad's not so bad.
At this point, there's a little pair of cobalt feet. Somebody just fell over.
Sometimes.
He's a scoundrel.
Get our libidos from the things like that, for damn sure.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so if we're gonna be, I'm assuming that War is gonna go with, Wind.
So we are guys. This sounds horrible. We are splitting up the party.
Yeah.
We also will have to think about
This is
Kadena.
not the first time this has happened, and it normally always goes perfectly fine.
Sure. Remember that time you...
Remember that time you almost lost your head?
But I didn't. So every single time, it has almost gone perfectly
So
fine.
it's obvious Wind is going towards the cons room, wherever that may be. And then Lily is going to be going to the sphere room.
And I'll be going with Lily.
Got you.
And I'll
I
be
got
going
my
to
also
wings,
go
and
with them.
she's got her cloak, she can fly, and I got my wings, I can fly. So I'll be going with Lily.
Alphonse is obviously with me. Igor...
Does Alphonse have a way of flying?
He holds onto his flying shield, lifts his feet off the ground, and he just kind of slowly slides down. Just the weight.
I'll give him my flying carpet.
All right, I do now. Okay, so Alphonse can be part of that team. Kavina, where shall we assign Kavina?
Go with them.
So we're having the smallest group of people in the con room.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm taking Warforged.
You're taking War?
Forged.
Warforged.
All of them?
And War. Well, maybe not all of them.
Okay.
But I'm definitely having an honor guard.
Okay, yep. Of Warforged, got you. And Ruckus, is he going to come? He has to.
Yes.
Well, technically he has to because he's the one that validates, and his position on the previous ship is the most important. If he wasn't that position, your claim would not be valid.
Do we need 3 people to ratify?
He'll probably, in true fact, he'll probably be able to because he was the second of that ship.
Okay.
So in that case, but normally it would be hobgoblins though. So if she wanted to be a real stickler and just kill you outright, she could argue the fact that there's only one hobgoblin being there. So it just depends on how she takes it.
Igor could go with when he was.
I was a slave on that ship. No, you weren't. There was no hobgoblin. Yes, I was a slave on that ship. There was goblins on the ship, not kobold. Do they know? We look the same to them? No, not really. Just go with it. I was a slave.
One of you has a tail, the other one doesn't.
I would say he was in part of the battle though with Wind and the other con. He witnessed it.
Yeah, but if they don't count anybody but hobgoblins as witnesses,
How well can we disguise him?
At this point, one thing though. Is your sphere ready to do its job? Not to rain on anybody's parade, but I could have sworn less than an hour ago you guys mentioned Nexels. Comes from your sword.
Yes, my child. We will have some fun.
You're not just pulling my scabbard, are you?
No, we're about to get ass raped, fuck diddly doodah by a bunch of the shit we let out of the orb earlier.
Ah, baby, it's all good. They can't touch you if you're touching me.
Is that true?
Yeah, barrier.
Wow.
I'm not giving the sword up.
Wow.
Well, they can, but it's a contest of wills to get close to you. And sometimes them bug things, they ain't the smartest little cookies. I mean, like, you know.
Why does my sword all of a sudden go redneck?
Because we're going to kill.
He becomes a fucking redneck when he wants. Okay.
I think you two need a room.
But yeah, basically, for them to
At
attack
least
you, they have to do a fear check, effectively. And if they pass it, then they can attack you with penalties. If they fail, Deadpool's just looking through, oh, come on, she's new to the game, we're explaining some rule sets, come on, let's work this. So basically, yeah, you create a fear for them. And if they get past that, if they override their fear, they will attack you, but with not as much zeal as a normal one. If they fail, they can't approach you.
Holding on to my sword.
Oh, and I do a crap load of damage when I hit one. With a chance of just outright killing them.
We're gonna be beating him in the head.
You know that like chopping off heads thing that one sword has. I kind of got the same gist going. No matter how tough they are, if you get that beautiful whatever mystic number that some people talk about, they're dead.
What mystic number now?
Oh, I don't know, 20.
19 if you're a
Have
champion.
we seen my rolls today?
Or 18.
Have we seen my rolls today?
Could be worse.
Bro, I've done worse.
What? They're here now? Okay.
Oh, no.
You're not
I mean, one
invisible
time
right
I
now,
did
though.
a D game
Yeah, but I
where
wasn't here, and I
a
was
whole
still
party
rolling
of people
shit.
couldn't handle kobolds.
Yeah, we'll just have to turn you invisible and get your good roll luck going again.
I don't know what happened to my good roll luck, guys. I think it's because the color of my dice ain't right.
I think it's because you need to be invisible so people can't see you.
I was invisible last time,
Yeah, she was at the start of this.
and I
thing.
still
Right, but that was to avoid pain.
Maybe she's just a masochist.
I think you enjoy that part as you enjoy the orcish
submission
submission
pose.
That's it. I purposely rolled bad so that I could endure the pain because masochism, because I'm my father's daughter.
Yes.
Wow!
A little bit.
And tell me about your mother. She abandoned you.
Hate is based on my father's needs. Well, at least we have the same taste in men.
So remember, this is 18 plus. It is said down below. Okay, so
Sometimes it doesn't look that way, but you should always be prepared.
For what? Father fucking?
Well,
I get the backstabbing reference now. Go through Alphonse.
Alphonse. Bring that back up.
Yeah, eventually we'll learn you Alphonse.
At this point, the big point is, before Nexelbane stole the show there with his southern accent all of a sudden, the orb, it's still been doing the little shakes and jitters. It's not talked to you. It's been over a week or so of him doing that. You did have one or two spirits that leaked out, but it was munch for the crew. They were able to look after it because, that type of thing. You haven't been able to talk to him, and now you're expecting to plug him in and feed souls. And there was the comment that it was running out of materials too. So there's these flaws in the idea. Like, even though it was suggested, your character has a very high intelligence, and some of the tactical things that you're coming up is, yeah, you could put that in there. He's crazy. Also, do you remember vaguely them saying that they were running out of materials? So what's going to happen if you get down there, you plug it in, and there's nothing to work with? These are thoughts that have not been thought through. Like, the plot was suggested by one NPC, but this is you intellectually thinking what might be a problem.
We could have to find some more materials.
Sending stone. It goes live. Vibrates wind.
Hello, Lily's father.
Poor Morgan. I almost feel worse for him in this.
He tells you that the throne room is at the heart of the Warforge. It's down by the furnace room, where all the smelting and that is done.
Of course it is.
Cool. So we're all going to the same place anyways.
We don't have to split the party. Woo.
Well, still will. At this point, he tells you that as far as his intel goes, we're getting the stones start to break out. But he tells you east side, where the forges were rising up from. The far one that was broken was turned into a way to get down to the lower levels, and these things were being lifted up from the forge rooms.
All right. Ooh.
Yes.
Portals.
Oh, there are portals in there.
Right?
Igor. Yep, there were portals in there. And you know who remembered all the nifty stones for all the portals in there? This guy.
Alphonse.
I did too.
Let Igor have his day.
Good job, Igor. Now put back what you stole.
Igor, what did you steal?
Puts down a tankard, pulls out a brass candlestick, puts out a marble comb inlay, pulls out a glitter black mask. All those.
Where did you get the marble cone? Where'd you get it?
That was in Morgan's room.
Oh, all right.
Jesus,
You can keep
put
that one.
back. My life.
Just a comb.
It's just a comb. What? At that point, what?
Hold on a second.
Ew! What was this comb used for? Oh dear, put it away.
Morgan, we don't want to know.
Oh.
He did have that jerry curl going for a bit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it smells of lilac.
Guys. La, that's my father. Can't unsee me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's like It's like coming down to the kitchen in the middle of the night. Oh God!
Well, everyone's just quietly leaving the room.
Do you want a cookie?
Or my eyes out.
Okay.
Just kill me. It's weird.
So, we get to this point now. Do you want to... If we start the combat soon, it won't finish in half an hour. I want to know if you guys want us to kind of finish a little early and then we go right into the confrontation for next game, or if you'll be okay with sticking around a little later tonight. It's totally up to you guys.
I'm starting to pumpkin.
Okay.
Cause long day, didn't take a nap, and I drank alcohol.
Okay, that's all right. In that case, we are going to end this, and there's a secret thing because this is fourth. We had 2 extra to represent the months that went by, so this is 4 out of 4. And since you guys have chosen to do the battle next week, that means you're going to be 16th level. So if you've done it tonight, oh, and you make your level, but. We'll have you guys leveled up before next week, but we'll get that done. And for those guys watching, we're going to cut a little early because next week is going to be straight out chaos. 2 battle maps will be being run at the same time. I've done that before. And we are going to be looking at the confrontation of the fight and what's going to go on with the sphere. And we're just one step closer. And anyways... Thank you for watching, and again we have Puma, who played Thomas, a recent addition to the group, War, played by Lugnut, and Wind, who's played by Vithrabbit, Kavina, who's played by Sheila Bobby, who couldn't make it today, and Lily, played by Siren.
Lily, hashtag, or Lily, quotations, did not bang her dad.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
The fact that you even have to say it is just not good.
Okay, we started off this campaign and we were making up my things, and I'm like, my goal in this campaign is not to bang my father because I don't know who my father is, and it was a joke from the last game, right? So
from the first season.
He made it a whole legit thing. I actually had to not bang my father, and it just now came out. I passed the test.
Well, the best part is the clues have been seeded through the other episodes, and the last episode was almost blatant with some of the comments that were being made at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So
nothing's blatant for Lily, okay?
And for those people that have just tuned in, my YouTube channel, connected down below, has the first book, the second book, and this is the last, the third book. If you want to see these guys start from like 3rd level noobs all the way up to the 16th level characters they are, I've been doing it as session progression over experience gain, so they can get experience for just role-playing rather than just kill everything they see, which I kind of enjoy more, and you get to see more character interaction. But thank you very much for watching, and again, you can grab them all at my YouTube channel, and we will see, hopefully next week, we will be continuing this chapter. Well, chapter 4. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys next week.